All right, everybody, welcome to today's triple header. We got two college football games on the docket, and we've got World Series Game 2 tonight. But first, we got this one over on Fox, Big Ten matchup between two teams that are surging as of late. Is Gatmana with the tour. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want me to do? I will get you on the call for it. Which college basketball game do you want? Do you want Northeastern Colgate or MIT against Harvard? I'll get to that in just a second. Appreciate you, Gatmana, as always. So, we got two teams that are surging until UCLA after firing their coach. They've won 3 straight games. They go up against Indiana, the number 2 team in the nation, one of the few unbeatens left, 7-0. Looking to keep that momentum going here over on Fox 2 Colgate. All right, perfect, man. Appreciate you. So, if you've never been to one of these streams before, how it works is like this. Fire away in the chat any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation get to your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. Vote in that poll who you think wins this game, Indiana or UCLA. If you're a member, you can share this for either one of these teams with the emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for the Bruins, and we got the emojis for the Hoosiers. Every donation counts as triple toward this thing called You Make the Call. You're going to help me decide which game we are calling for college basketball 2 Fridays from now. So 13 days from now, which game are we doing? Northeastern Colgate or MIT against Harvard? You're going to help me decide which game we are doing. So, before we do anything, I should note that I do this thing every Thursday night called Live Band Karaoke, where for $50, I'll sing any song you want me to with the live band. $25, we'll sing a song half off. How we determine the half off song is based on the spin of the wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel right now for this stream, and this stream only. The song that's $25 is going to be, let's see, number 3 song on that day. I'm going to go with So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. I'm going to guess that. How's it going, Normal Guy? How's it going, Kevin? Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to go with So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. It's Tricky by Run DMC. Wow, okay. It's Tricky is the song that is half off for this stream and this stream only. Okay. Wow. All right. We're about 8:05. All good. Yep, just woke up, so haven't had time to watch the new video. All good. Yeah, new video. We got Bill Belichick dumb decision from something that happened in the 90s involving the Browns and the Patriots. Have you ever panicked because I forgot to pay the phone bill? Turns out I had. I sometimes have that. I definitely have that happen a few times where it's like, did I do this? Did I do this? And then it's like, yeah, I definitely did this. Yeah, the college kick competition, is it rigged now? Well, you can have people guest kick for you. That's the problem. You can have people that take the kick for you. So you can, if you get asked to do the kick, you can say, hey, look, I'm probably not going to make this kick. This guy's like a college or a soccer player, or this guy knows what he's doing. I'll split the money with you if you want. It's not the same. It's lost its charm. Do they do even flow? They do not. They should. They should do even flow. They don't. They have no Pearl Jam, unfortunately. They do have Sober by Tool, but they do not do even flow. That's a great song, though. I wish they had that. Time for another episode of the Gus Johnson Show. Going for the Hoosiers by Winston West. If you say the pulse of the upset, you got UCLA by 10. Wow. Wow. UCLA by 10. Sure, it's questionable. The back injury, so Zappy, likely the back of tomorrow. That is, obviously if you have a bad back, you can't go. But the big news, I don't know if you saw, Brian Thomas is being shopped around potentially. The Jaguars might be shopping around Brian Thomas. So we got a lot of news taking place in the NFL right now that should be very interesting to keep track of. Yeah, it is a windy, rainy day over in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm just trying to get a game on. I'm not sure why it's not loading. Here we go. All right. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. Indiana in the red, UCLA in the whites. UCLA is going to get this ball to start. 95% of you running with the Hoosiers to remain undefeated. They have not lost a game at home under Kurt as head coach. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Yeah, another shot him. Yep. Squib kick field at the 10-yard line. We're underway to the 20, 25, and brought down at the 26. So that's where Ilimaliava is going to start this drive. Yeah, no, it's according to Rossini and according to our insider Dilla. So it could happen. Number 3 song, I'm going to guess It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday by Boyz II Men. That's my guess on that one. So Ilimaliava, last time out, against Maryland. 21 for 35, 221, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Didn't play well that game, but did lead the comeback at the end. Played well when it mattered most. See the highly controversial, highly touted transfer from Tennessee. Led the Bruins to the playoff last season. There is an injured player for Indiana already. So that could be Frank. Yeah, it's gone that bad. Yeah. It's hard to think about it. Yesterday, that was number 1. And while you have a pressure, and he's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. That song never hit number 1. I know that song never hit number 1. Brought down to the 25. Escapes the sack in terms of the yardage loss, but will be brought down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Amari Farrell on the sack. How's it going, Lou? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. 2nd and 12. So my Alpha goes down on the first play from scrimmage. Not a good start for the Bruins offense. Gives a team that's won 3 straight games, all in conference play. A team that still controls their own destiny to make the playoff. Oh, end of the road. Yes, end of the road is number 1. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Play action, and Wyoming slam pass. That ball's intercepted, and he's gone. Takes 2 plays for Indiana to find the end zone. Aiden Fisher on the pick. He was hit as he threw. Indiana already up 6-0. Was hit as he threw, tried to hit the slant pass, and Aiden Fisher dropped back in coverage. Not even a minute into this game, the Hoosiers already in front. One-handed pick. Fisher dropped back in coverage. Got by the left tackle, Cortland Ford. And not a great throw by Nico. The worst start you can have. 57 seconds in. And Indiana, without Mendoza even touching the ball, already up 7-0. A phenomenal start for the Hoosiers. They're just 2 defensive plays. Fisher, the defensive lineman, dropping back in coverage. His first pick of the season. First pick 6 by Indiana this year. A big play by Syracuse. That's the double-digit upset I could see happening. Is Q Stewart attack. They didn't even take a man. They didn't even get the ball. Yep. Crazy start to this one. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does help us out a ton on the channel. The money line for Indiana is already at minus 10,000. Which means if you bet $100, you win 10 cents. How's it going, Jacob? Appreciate you, man, tuning in. Blue Jays already they're up 1-0. Yeah, that 6th inning yesterday was insane. 6th inning yesterday. Absolutely nuts. 9 runs in that inning, which is... I mean, they had 4... The Brewers had 4 runs the entire NLCS. Are we doing game 2? Yeah, we're doing game 2. Yep. Sometimes Silver just say enough was number 2. Ooh, Don Henley. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that song peaked at number 2. High school football team Bama's just lost their 100th straight game in a row. Jeez. Just drop down divisions at that point. Unless it doesn't go any lower. College football season, when does it end? So the regular season ends Thanksgiving week. Yeah, we expect a blow, but I think we get it. We could, yeah. So that ends the final week in November. And then conference championship week is the week after that. Then the playoffs happen. So playoffs end around mid-January. Like around the 20th. So in terms of regular season, we got about a month left with that. It's week 9. There are 15 weeks of the season. Right, Saturday after Thanksgiving. That's when the regular season ends. Yeah. So we got 6 weeks left of the regular season after this. Then the conference championship week. And then we've got Army-Navy week. And then the playoffs. The backup quarterback Progressive commercials, they're really good. I like them a lot. Progressive usually does a pretty good job when they have NFL players for their commercials. Yeah, the call here is for November 7th. Yes, because we don't know the schedule yet for... The problem is that we don't know the schedule for next week in college football, and the other problem is that I don't know how long the World Series is going to go, because the World Series takes priority. Why is there no college football the day before Thanksgiving? I think they figure a lot of people travel that day. Like, parents are traveling and whatnot. That's my guess. Cal's a Bear this week? Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough collapse there against VT. I think that's why. Also, there's college football every day before that. Kickoff here. Fielded at the goal line. Going to take it out after some hesitation. And that decision to take it out is the wrong one. Brought down the 17-yard line. Seems to trying to hold him back. Oh, no, I did not see that, W viewer. Oh, no. Oh, no, I did not see that. Hang on. How's it going? Michael Franklin with you. Why no college basketball from the 3rd to the 6th? Well, the season starts the 7th, that's why. It just starts entirely on the 7th. Oh, God, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that, Michael. Or W, I'm so sorry to hear that. Handoff here up the middle. Brought down at the 20. It's a gain of just 2. Lewis Moore on the stop. UCLA come fighting. We'll see. It's not a great start for them, but their first positive play of the day gets it to the 20. Thought Hype would play the 3rd. Oh, you mean why we're not doing college basketball the 3rd? Okay, so we are going to do, I think, the 3rd. High Point plays during Monday Night Football, so we can't do that. They're going to send 4. Emaliava, incomplete over the middle of the field, looking on the hitch. 3rd and 8. Looking for Jalen Berger, the running back. Yeah, so we're doing college basketball the 3rd through the 6th, I think. Problem is I don't know the times of the games yet or whether they're going to have TV. So I have to figure out the TV network, so I'll just figure out timing-wise with the other college football games. Because college football takes priority. We don't know the times of those games yet. Investigations of the Vikings game, just see with Wentz. I wouldn't shock me. Lamar out again. Oh, my God. 3rd down. They're going to send for Emaliava. Clean pocket. Fires middle of the field. Overthrown. That's a quick 3 and out. Rico Flores, the intended target. Ryan Cousins starting against the Dolphins. That gives them a better chance to win. The man down is Flores over the middle of the field. So it's a quick 3 and out. The first 2 drives for UCLA. Emaliava takes a sack and he's 0 for 3. UCLA 0 yards on their first 2 drives in terms of net, including a pick 6. They'll have to punt this ball away. Next week's college football schedule will come out tomorrow against the NFL. Usually comes out around Saturday night / Sunday morning. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's relax. Amen to that. Yeah, Huntley should be starting over Rush. Yeah, I thought Lamar was going to be good to go, but apparently not. Yeah, Ravens are in trouble now. Serious trouble. So 4th and 8. That's a 1-16. They're not winning. I don't think with that quarterback situation. Will Carroll on the punt. Yep, Huntley's game to start. The Bears keep getting away with it? Yeah. He fielded at the 32 on the run, taken to the 40, 45, 50, space, and brought down the 47. So Mendoza and this high-flying Indiana offense going to start this drive in plus territory. A net of just 27 yards, although there's a flag on the play. There is a flag on this one. Thursday night, yeah. Unless Lamar plays Thursday night. Might be more serious than we thought. They do linger. Those hamstring injuries do linger. Over -4, yeah, that's going to change with Huntley. Turn the return, block in the back. So back it up a little bit. And they'll get that one on Moore. Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley, yep. Didn't take long for Indiana to score. Another got a pick 6. Kirktover. That's simply how it works. You pick 6 by Fisher. So now Mendoza taking the field for the first time. Fran Mendoza, one of the best quarterbacks in college football, one of the favorites for the Heisman, one of the favorites for the #1 pick of the draft, was sensational last time out against Michigan State. 24 for 28, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Had as many incompletions as he had touchdowns. It's always a good sign. First down to the 35-yard line for Mendoza. Out route, that ball's caught for a gain of 5. That is Elijah Surratt, one of the best receivers in the nation. Figure he's going to be one of the top 3 receivers taken in the upcoming NFL draft. He'll get 5, brings up 2nd and 5. No, they're not going 1-16. We're going to say for Russ? No. No, I'm going to say fixture on that. Because figure Lamar's going to come back soon, and then don't want to trade asset when the season's in the toilet. Second 5, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, back to his left. Mendoza takes it. They're going to send 5. Comeback route. That's caught. First down at the 45 and brought down out of bounds to the 48-yard line. Gain of 12. The catch there with Charlie Becker, the sophomore who had no catches last week. Now, Lamar, I think, is going to be back for Thursday Night Football. If he's not, that game is going to be a train wreck. Yeah, 1-7 versus 1-7, that takes priority. Yep. Well, that's not going up against the World Series. That game is not going up against the World Series. The only game we're going up against the World Series is Chiefs Commanders. Ball the 47, back to his right, to the top, or bottom of the screen. Going to hand it off up the middle. That's going to get maybe a yard. Roman Hemby on the run. Before he's taken down by Gary Smith III. And appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe to the subsets on the channel. Indiana last game against Michigan State averaging nearly 5 yards a carry. Very well on the ground. Stream like NBA instead. We have to stay at NFL. You almost said it. Oklahoma tied at 3. Yep. Why not play some Iverson for the year? Because people are going to be fighting for their jobs. Play action. Swings it out. Incomplete. Too far in front of him. Looking for Omar Cooper. Make it 3rd and 9. Ban all prop bets set so that no one can ban on a team within 250 miles. I mean, there are certain states like that where you can't, like, if I'm in Arizona, I can't bet on an ASU player prop in Arizona. It's like tonight's game, I can't bet on like, I can bet the team, but I can't bet that. 3rd and 9, 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. They're going to send 4. Mendoza stepping up. He's going to look to take off and run, and he's going to spin ahead to get the first down. He was tackled but short of the line to gain, but spun out of it. Mendoza can run. He gets 17 on that one at the 29-yard line. Must be a classic Big Ten game. Someone tells me Indiana might be right away with this. Defensive or no offense. Now Mendoza. Indiana, Oregon, best win of the year in terms of quality? Yes. I would say yes on that one. Going on the road to Eugene? 100%. 1 of the top, 3 of the bottom. Mendoza. Second read not there. Has to avoid the sack. Just going to throw that ball away. To stream the NBA Cup final. God, never. Never doing that. 2nd and 10. I refuse to stream a game that literally does not matter. We already had a pick 6. First offensive drive here. Second down. Over the middle of the field. Tipped, and that's intercepted at the 44-yard line. That ball got tipped to the line and picked off on the play for UCLA by Scooter Jackson. So both teams trading picks on their first offensive drive, and Scooter Jackson gets it off the deflection. Looked like that was tipped by Keanu Williams. And for Scooter Jackson, his second pick of the season, just the second pick by UCLA all season, and prevents the Hoosiers from going up by 2 scores. Could be one of those games. Could be. 2 and 4.5 minutes. Holy cow. Scrub the NBA Cup. Nice. Yep. Preseason game or NBA Cup final? Preseason game. Definitely preseason game. That matters more. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. So we try and grow this community even more. Additional games against opposite coast team like 4, trying to minimize double headers. It's opposite coast teams. But you have them play a West Coast strip or an East Coast strip. You do that. And commercial, yeah, not crazy about it. You have them stay out on the coast or something like that. LeBron's off-season workout. I would take that. Raikkonen said it's going to go through Hellfire by DaCosta, but we need to talk about Lamar. Hasn't been great this year, now dealing with an injury. He said 1.5 bad games. I don't know if that's fair. For a guy that's won 2 MVPs and should have won a 3rd last year. I'm not sure if that's fair. Like, Lamar is still the guy. Membership is back. Yep, let's go. Let's go. Members only Q&A stream next Tuesday at 6:30. So UCLA ball at the 44. Again, if you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. As my clock should not be running. I don't know why it is running. How is LeBron turning into a feeble loser? LeBron literally, like, he made it to the finals, like, every single year. He's made it to the finals, like, 10 times at this point. Hasn't even played yet this season. I would never do the NBA Cup final. Unless we get a hundo jack for it. We're playing Henry in the defense more than Lamar this year. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would do anything over the NBA Cup final. The game literally means nothing. Well, Lamar is the reason the Ravens have a shot over some, maybe. Yeah, exactly. But as much as I never thought this game would age well, I think maybe it's time to at least consider things. Well, a couple of years from now. Yeah, a couple of years from now, it's time to consider. Someone take a polygraph test. I'm down for anything. That interview last night on Amazon was a joke. Complete joke. It was like, well, what had happened was, I mean, come on. Buffalo, Cleveland. I'd say the first half against Detroit, not the second half. Once they sent 3 and dropped the spy, nothing. LeBron's a couple of years younger than me. I find amazing he's still playing. It's crazy. We're never going to see longevity like that again. I boycott the stream. How much I hate the NBA Cup? Yeah. Again, unless we get a hundo jack, I'm not doing the Cup. Yeah, it would be a hundo jack. Just show for it. Yeah. It would have to be a hundo jack for that. Well, that's the only way I would ever do the Cup. Only way. The game literally means nothing. So in the hospital with my knee surgery. Oh, man, that sucks, Voldemort. Praying for you, man, and go Indiana. All right. So far, up 7-0. Ball the 44. 10:42 to go in the first. Imaliava. Slow start for him. 0 for 3 to start. He's going to hand the ball up the middle. Nothing doing. Javian Thomas. And UCLA has -1 yards of offense so far in this one. They're on their 3rd drive. Ravens end the season go really bad. Do they go quarterback? No. I'd be very surprised if they go quarterback. Be very surprised. Judge fire Dable, if they do fire, why not give Eberflus, McDaniels, or Gase a second chance? McDaniels will be a 3rd chance. Is TGL golf? Yeah, me too. They send 4. Ilamaliava flushed out. Avoids a sack and a throw on the run. That's caught, first down at the 44-yard line. Rico Flores back in the game after leaving earlier with an injury over the middle of the field. Catches that one. And finally, a first down and a completion for Ilamaliava. Just say I had some conference West Coast. Yes, definitely. How's it going? Hip Company took the kids out of the house because said unbearable when watch Boomer Server. You know he's right. Yeah, I had a feeling. 3-3 on that one so far. Yeah, exactly, Keller. I mean, that's how they do it right now. That's already how they do it. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be a loss of 3. Nowhere to go and bottled up by Tyreek Tucker. It's saying 72 with expansion. Nice. Chris Mars, I think he's on the Patriots tomorrow. I think he's on New England. Berger going nowhere. They've had negative rushing yards today. UCLA last time against Maryland ran the ball very well. 5.5 yards per carry. But nothing doing so far here. I mean, I promise you, Studio Show was great. They sent 4. They did a good job. ESPN is like shaking their boots right now with how bad their coverage is. Imaliava will truck ahead to the 42-yard line. Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8. I mean, the halftime show and the studio segments were great. Jags to tie the Colts if it knocks out the Texans, only in that scenario. Yes. I would. Assuming it means something to the Jaguars, yes, I would. Patriots starting up Anna for Myers. But after Mary Fox has no standards. Right now they're about best calls. That says a lot. 3rd and 8. Yeah, I like that for my Keller. I like that one. Yeah, A-. Yep. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Back to his right. They're going to send 6. Imaliava. Second read. Comeback route. Tipped. Incomplete. We'll see if they punny her, try and pin him deep, but that's broken up on the play by D'Angelo Pons. Imaliava just 1 completion on the first 3 drives. So 1 for 5 to start this game. Pons working on Gilmer. A sophomore wideout who last time out had 4 catches for 56 yards. Nothing doing there. Touchdown Ole Miss, by the way. Lacey, they're going to lead 10-3 with the extra point. Oh, and that gets some room for the Jaguars. No, if it's a situation where they're going to run a fake punt, so to end around, nothing there on the throw as to try and bail on this play, look in, and that's incomplete. They get cute. Mikey Matthews, a weird-looking fake punt there. And Indiana going to take over near midfield. The fake punt fails. And the Hoosiers will get it back. We'll play some stress exchange. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Probably the Heat would make the finals a few years ago. Unless we're going to go through Jacob. Unless what's the calls by Chris Myers. Charles like Liam McCarthy next week. That's my condolences to Charger fans. How's it going, Trier? Let's go UCLA. Go Bruins. Yeah, not looking good so far offensively. Just 1 first down, 3 drives in. Not looking great. And if you like what you see, folks, if you like and subscribe to this episode of time, we have emojis in the chat if you are a member. For a low price of $5 a month, you get a lot of cool perks from being a member, but one of the perks is that you get to use the emojis in the chat. We're live from Minnesota, Iowa later today, and for the World Series as well. That's why I sim. Yep, that's why we do sim. Yeah, that was the one, yep. So when you end the ball at the 42, is that a coincidence? No, that's not a coincidence. He just sucks that much. He just sucks that much. Let's have a go Scorcher than coaching, except when his system is Lamar going to have to learn what's the identity of the team. I mean, Lamar's one of those guys, you could put him in any system. I mean, when you have an elite quarterback, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I got $5. Perfect. Yeah, Jags versus Skip Myers? I think so. We're not shocked, man, unfortunately. I have to... We've some already done. It's perfect. Even Tom McCarthy has supposed to calls. At least that makes sense because of baseball. So Indiana, first offensive drive ended in a pick. Drive number 2 coming up. For the interception at the line on the tip pass. Even Beth Mullins has one. Yeah, but not McCarthy. Or not Myers. Okay, no surprises there. With how bad he is. Who the real Clippers team I saw against Utah, the team last night. Yeah, last night they looked dominant against the Suns. I mean, the Suns are not a good team. I can't figure them out. I cannot figure out the Clippers this year. I think they're going to be like right around the middle of the pack. Favorite gymnastics call? Oh, favorite one. Probably the one that he had with Chris Jenkins. So far, tied against Memphis. That's going to be a very good game. Is the random announcer? Spiriditas. Got Chargers, Falcons, Bengals, Patriots, Eagles, Panthers, Bears, Niners, Bucks, Cowboys, Colts, Steelers, Chiefs. I don't think the Raptors will on this side. Handoff here, first down at the 45, and stumbles head to the 39-yard line. Black on the run there, about 20, after just one play there in plus territory. Why would they draft McCarthy? Or it's only 2 games anywhere. We don't know who's good here or who's not. Except the Nets. Yeah, Mendoza. They're going to send 4. He's going to take a deep shot. One-on-one coverage, but incomplete. So looking for Williams. E.J. Williams, the intended target. 2nd and 10. I would say Kugler. Best goals from 2017, so that's a while ago. We're talking 9 years ago at that point. Or 8 years ago. 2nd and 10. 7 minutes long. Nice. In the pistol here, handoff up the middle. And that'll get about 4, maybe 3 down to the 36-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 7 for Black. Yeah, how far has he regressed in 8 years? Yep, crazy. Was he good then? No. He's gotten worse, but he's never been good. But he's gotten worse. 3rd and 7. Black, last time out against Michigan State, led the team with 64 yards rushing. Jones, Stroud, Lawrence, Ward. Yeah, that sounds about right for now. Yeah, for now, that sounds right. 3 at the time, 1 of them on back to his left. Mendoza, they're going to send 3. Mendoza, plenty of time, but not there. Now he resets his feet wide open, caught the 15 to the 10, and down at the 6 goes Williams. Gain of 30. Mendoza had plenty of time to throw, and eventually someone's going to get open. Nice job there holding his block. That is the left tackle. It's Carter Smith, number 65 on that one. Saying his block allowed Mendoza to set his feet, and E.J. Williams with a huge grab. What about the next one be for Daynap? Ooh, it could be. And Mark will partner up. Well, Sanchez is not doing any games. Sanchez is not coming back. Oh, I mean Mark Schlereth. Oh, yeah. I can see that. Hand up the middle. Trying to bounce outside after nothing there, and he'll get 2 down to the 4-yard line. Boy, seen on the play by John Vaughns. Well, raw talent, that's the ranking. But right now, I'm still single. Join the club. Join the club. Can't get a 3rd one. Nope. 2nd and goal. Mendoza, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, motioning as Cooper to the top of the screen. Going to hand it off again up the middle. This time it goes to Hemby, and he'll get about 2 down to the 2-yard line. Figure 4 down territory. Sanders might come back. Fox said he's never fired. They're not going to put him back. They're not going to risk the backlash. Also, they're not going to risk the fact that he won't do his job properly. Because you can't trust Sanchez to not show up to work at this point. 3rd and 2. I formation here. Everyone bunched up inside. Mendoza sends his tight end in motion. Going to take the snap. Hands it off again. No signal yet. No signal. Indiana thinks it's a touchdown, but referees are going to say he's short. 4th and goal. Nebraska Women's Volleyball game. I mean, those games are fun. I mean, I love watching volleyball. Volleyball was the sport I loved to call the most when I was in college. Sanders found innocent. He's not going to be. He's not framed. I mean, they have the footage and everything. Guess I would check that either. Nope. Jones War section quarterback in the division was playing on the best center system. Yep. Bengals Wolves gets reassigned to 1 o'clock for Bears Packers in week 14. Fact. Yeah, Wentz is definitely dead last of that one. Most hate team in each of the big 4 in Phoenix. So I'm going to review this play. I think he was short. We'll put it to a vote. Lakers, Dodgers, Rams, Kings. Well, I think the Mammoth are the most hated. I would say Niners are more hated than the Rams out here. Someone dressed it's not. It's clearly not. And why would Sanchez have stab wounds on him? You gonna say anything there so far? We'll see. Why would Sanchez be in the hospital with stab wounds? Did he cross the plane? Initial call was short. Yeah, they're gonna go for it if they don't if it didn't get it. Well, Darnold, I don't think will get exposed. I think Darnold will, with the pressure. Jones, I don't know. Right? There's no close second of those teams, no. So we'll check this one by Hemby. And stuffed initially, the extra effort. see. Did that ball ever cross the plane? I don't think it did. And the referee agrees. Call's upheld. I think Jones is not going to get exposed. I think Jones might be all right. I hope you're right on that one. 4th and goal. Hands it off up the middle. This time, Hemby's in untouched. No doubt about that one. Touchdown. Indiana's Roman Hemby. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Indiana already up by 2 scores. The extra point pending. Yeah, how do the Vikings cheat? What? How does that make sense? The extra point here. Right down the middle. 14-0. Right, see how that one's easy. In terms of most hated. That one's easy. All Indiana so far. That's why we missed a return for 2. Or it's going to be kicked right down the middle. It'll be 14-0. Probably go Canucks on that one. Yeah. No, MA's Thunder. For most hated team in Seattle? No. No, it's not Portland. Most hated team's the Thunder in Seattle. But you had to let Darnold go. And Jones, I mean, he was never going to get that money anyways. Right, you know McCarthy's the future. Okay, now it's just speculation that has no evidence whatsoever on that, Gamano. So 14-0 your score. It's for ESPN Bet. Oh, boy. Right, help both guys. Yeah, KOC is very good at young quarterbacks getting their confidence back. You've seen that. So Indiana, 2 touchdowns. UCLA, 1 first down. It's not a recipe for success. Gamano with a 5. Appreciate you, man. Invalidate the 1948 World Series. The Guardians cheated by using sign stealing. Well, first off, they weren't the Guardians back then, so I don't know how they invalidated it. I've never heard anything about that with the sign stealing. I've heard about 1951 with the Giants winning the pennant. I've heard that. The college basketball, you made the call. Yep, how's it going, Vito? Appreciate you, man. Come on, UCLA, brother. Yeah, Indiana's just a really good team. Right, San Francisco, LA. Right, Vikings actually offer more for Jones, but didn't want to guarantee a fight for starting job with the Colts did. Yeah, which makes sense. The logo next to Harvard is MIT. It's the first time we'd ever do an MIT game if that one wins. And some logos got blurred out. It's the best I could do for whatever reason. The background remover just didn't want to work. I know our team is very skeptical. Do they ever amount to anything long term? Very rarely. Well, there's some like the Rams' greatest show on turf. Her an Astros fan on Twitter. Okay, so that's your basis. And you're allowed to steal signs. And the way they did it was a bit odd, but absolutely, Miguelito. Absolutely. If I win a genius value, yep. Should I hit the Rockets on a scale 1 to 10? I don't really hit them that much. 14-0. If you want the 5 right, that's one's not the San Fran team. And that's going to be taken out and returns to the 17. So even if they did steal signs, it's not the same as what like the Astros did. So how are you going to invalidate something that happened 80 years ago? When there's not a lot of evidence. Like, there's not concrete evidence. Aaron Brownman, insane athletic, 44 touch run for the Bulls. Oh, yeah. I don't have that game on right now, but I have to turn it on at some point. The MIT, that is an option. Rarely never. That's true. Yeah. One top, one the bottom, hand up the middle. And that's going to get down to like the 20. Gain a 2. That's Anthony Frias, who had 97 yards rushing last game. Leading rusher on the team. Denver's tough, yeah. Denver's a tough one for the most hated. Well, KC. Dodgers. Probably Lakers. Toronto, Portland. Yes. Portland had a team years ago. Yes, they had the Portland Fire. In the flat, incomplete. Was looking for Berger. Emily Alvin now just 1 for 6. Field start tomorrow? There's no way. After everything that Woody Johnson said. Holy crap. Oh, knee injury. That's why. Okay. Knee injury. That's why. Okay. That's why. It's a knee injury. Okay. That makes more sense. Third and 8, Maliava. Down he goes. At the 11, it's a quick 3 and out. You're not wrong, Schubert. Yes. And it definitely helped. When teams have to answer the stars, they don't have to. They never have to do it. They can wait until the actual, like, they can wait until the first snap. How many sacks are going to take today? Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Meanwhile. So 4th down, going to have to pump this ball away. Just 1 first down for the Hoosiers. And someone tells me we're going to be on Heidi Watch this game. Punt. Bounces at the 44. Takes a good bounce. A very good bounce, actually. You can't script a better bounce than that. Kroll. Over 50 yards on the punt. Chris Truce already go to my house. I got to wait till November on that one. Be later on New York Sports Ready. Yep. Well, Indiana, they'll get around the 35-yard line. Revoke the pen immediately. What good would that do? Is that for the cause homes? Yes. My pick this game again? You guys vote on it. Just get shut out with Fields. It's not going to be pretty. Although the Bengals defense is not good. Ball the 25-yard line. So about a 60-yard punt there. The handoff to start this drive is going to be about 3. 2nd and 7. Indiana Hemby got a touchdown last drive. I don't know why we're revoking the pennant for the Indians in 48. Well, the only game late game CTV has given us access to Cowboys Broncos. That's it, man. That's a good game, though. Well, did they investigate it? Well, I had to investigate it. 2nd and 7, Mendoza. They're going to send 5. Second read. Drag route. Caught. Can't break the tackle, so we'll get 5 down to the 33-yard line. Catch there made on the play by Riley Nowakowski, the tight end. Michael with a fire appreciation man. Can Geico switch to Geico Road to save 50% or more car insurance? Does Frank do good? That'd be a great commercial. I'm down for that. Frank always does good. Head up the middle, first down to 30. I'm going to assume you want it to a vote, so I'll put it to a vote. Appreciate you, Michael. Right, 15%. Yeah, I was going to say 50% would be an insane deal. Top 5 versus top 500. Well, UCLA's won 3 straight. Time possession for IU. I think UCLA might have a bit more because they've had more drives. Might be split down the middle. So first down for Indiana. Ball the 38-yard line for the gain of 5. Mendoza. Sideline. Back shoulder. Incomplete. Went for Elijah Sarap. They're going to get a flag for PI. 2 flags for PI. So into plus territory. Shown 5 early games? That makes no sense then. Confused by that then. Move it up. The UCLA 47. UCLA has won 3 straight games, but this feels like a team that's just way better than them. They've held the ball for 2 seconds. We only have 1 first down. First 27.5, yeah. That's a high spread. Again, Titans called Solaire winner for obvious reasons. That makes sense. Yep. First and 10. Out route incomplete. Punting was a bad deal. It was 4th and 18 at your own 10-yard line. Broken up by Andre Jordan. Brings up second down. Mendoza, less than 50% completion. He's not playing his best so far this game. No, it's mattered a lot, but... We're going to put $5 to MIT Harvard. From Michael's donation. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Frank does a lot of good. I got the bot. Well, UCLA win. I just won a good game. Second and 10. Won the top 3 at the bottom. Hand him up the gut. Hemby will get down to the 44. We'll call it a gain of 3. I was like, this Indiana. That's not true. It's just the Colts because we're in our division. Well, that was an option. You guys didn't vote on that one. I go with what the people want. That probably would be the Heidi game. Castle runs the table. What bowl do they play in? What bowl would they play in? As we're going to go to the end of the first. They'll probably go New Orleans Bowl. Both college basketball options Ivy League? No, they are not. No, only Harvard's Ivy League. MIT is not a Division I school. Colgate's Patriot League. Colgate State don't work because people probably fall for those scam websites. Yeah. Oh, they would. Top 25 match where you lock the stream. No, is there too many top 20, like Vanderbilt, Minnesota's top 25, we're doing Minnesota, Iowa instead. Have against a hand? Yes, I will. Athletes come to mind when this phrase is uttered. It's also top 25. Like, there are certain matchups where, like, there's 3 games going on at the same time. I think teams who are good at sports. Yes, some of them are very good at sports. So, Brown, yeah. That's come to mind when that phrase is uttered. I would say. The Colgate's toothpaste, yes. Yes, it is. I mean, Cedric Mullins based on this thing about the Mets. I thought if I match in the time slot. That's fair. The first to the Astros exchange scale, which the Indians were their opponents. Yeah, that's definitely true. Riley used to be very dominant at the beginning. But now they don't offer academic scholarships. So the option is not going to be a math contest. It'll be basketball. Yes, it will be. I mean, USF Memphis could have been top 25 before Memphis lost last week. Well, Embiid I could give you. I'll give you Embiid. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Hoosiers. In plus territory. And the Heidi game would be the Oklahoma game. If it gets to that point. That's your AF fact of the day. Gotta love ChatGPT. There's a survey at 3:30 that A&M LSU at 7:30. Yeah. To leave, Indiana converts this 3rd and 10. UCLA gets the ball and scores a touchdown. This will turn out to be a good game. We'll see. We'll see, Dabney. Hasn't looked sharp for the Bruins. Only 1 first down thus far. Throughout the entirety of this contest. 4 drives in. Could be 4 down territory here for the Hoosiers, too. You're on the plus side of 50. 3rd and medium. How much does Kirk need to do that? Needs 2? I'm going to say no. Did you get it from Gemini? Oh, even better. The Cuse Georgia Tech is tied at 3 right now. I did say that could be the one. So that's double-digit upset. I said that could be the one. A little bit of... Oh, there was a lot of blood? Yeah. If blood makes you easy, that is not the thing for you. I only missed Iowa. Yes. Well, A&M, we're doing the World Series. So that's why. I'm assuming LSU A&M would have won the You Make the Call if we did 7:30. I get 52, UCLA 7. I could see it. Yeah, LSU A&M, the reason we're not doing that is because of the World Series. I'm assuming that would have won You Make the Call. Right, would be 1 if Unitas passed touchdown, Wisconsin rushing touchdown. Yes. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Empty backfield here for Mendoza. And now Hemi goes in the backfield. Mendoza takes it. They're going to send 4. He's got all day to throw. Looking on the out route. Tight coverage. Incomplete. But a flag for PI. The second time this drive, PI has been called. Didn't even need to do it. Roderick Pleasant getting called for that one. Move it up to the 29-yard line. D3 start playing football games like 5 a.m. on Saturdays for exposure. Yeah, can you imagine? I don't think that would get the exposure that they want. Western Nebraska is a much rare interest. I get that. So ball to 25. Over-under of the Iowa is 39.5. I think under. Wouldn't shock me. Most likely get Bills, Panthers, and market, but students. Carolina might get Bears, Ravens, or Browns, Patriots. I'll probably get Bears, Ravens. All right. First down at the 29. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom of the screen. Mendoza back to his left. Gonna hand off on the sweep. Gonna get to the 25. Hemi to the 20. Breaks a tackle. First down at the 15 and down to 14. Gain of 15 yards. If I just count as a rushing touchdown, it would. Laundry on the field. On that last play. But this play goes for 15. They're in the red zone. Well, I think Indiana scored on this drive. They're in the red zone. So, once they turn over, they're scoring this drive. Seattle State for the World Series. Yeah. No, because we're going to have time in between. That's why. We're going to have time in between. Head off here, Hemby. Down to the 6. Brought down by John Vaughns. Because usually what happens is that the college football game starts at 7:30, so I have to get up just in case the other game runs long. But World Series starts at 8, so I have time to get that stream up and ready. Still tied 3. Ooh. Nice videos. You appreciate it. Looks like a high school game, yeah. That was a fun one to put together. That record really should be changed. 2nd and 2. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Mendoza hands it off up the middle. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to break 1 tackle. Lunges ahead for the first down at the 4-yard line. Mendoza's not playing the best this game through the air, but it hasn't mattered. Shows how good this Indiana team is if they don't need Mendoza at their peak. Right, USC fight stuff for drawing a lot of blood, but yeah, that was... And they might review this play. So they're going to stop to review the spot. Put it to a vote. What do you think on this one? If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. It goes a long way. We try and grow this community of subscribers even more. Go to Cap Sarah's tonight? Ooh. Undefeated streak to 16. Wow, you've been very lucky. That is quite the streak. I wish I was on that streak with my teams. Usually they lose more often than they win. I see him play. Chris Krosgad was coaching FCS not long ago. Yep. 2 years later, he is now one of the best coaches out there. UCLA called a timeout on that one. I got the bot, don't worry. Random like, I don't want to streak the streak for you, yeah. First down play action, slam pass, and that is behind his man incomplete. Looking for Surratt, second and goal. Mendoza just 4 for 10. Who takes Oklahoma State? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be like a Hightown assistant. Last time I went to a hockey game when the Rangers won, Obama was starting second term. That's a long time ago. Gun Lake Ed? Yeah, I've never heard of that casino either. I'm not sure whether it was my Venables. Gets the safety on that one. Went to Warrior Classic? Nice. Never been to Warrior Classic. Ball to 3. Tight end in motion is Zonikowski. Head over the middle and brought down at the 1 goes Black. Last time they're down by the goal line, they got a touchdown with Hemby. Can they do the same thing here? Third and goal. Rangers Islanders 2013. That was a long time ago. I was at one of those games that year. They won a shootout. The Islanders did. To the bottom of the screen. Play action, slam pass. That's caught. Touchdown. Mendoza to Surratt. The combo's been working all season. Works there. And Indiana already up by 3 scores. Williams at Surratt at the bottom. Williams clears out space. Surratt on the slant. Gets his team-high 10th touchdown of the season. Mendoza, his 22nd touchdown pass. About half of them going to Surratt. And this is becoming ugly. Really ugly. First time it was an 09. Caps and Flyers 2 on the streak. It's started ever since. Extra point. Perfect. 21-0. UCLA has 1 first down today. Indiana 3 touchdowns. And we are on Heidi watch. Will he push for program? Yes, I think he will be, unfortunately. You know, we're not hiding before the half, but we are on Heidi watch. We're definitely on Heidi watch. Big Ten games between Ohio State and Indiana. I would take Ohio State by a hair. It would be a great game. Yeah, UCLA looks like they used to. They're undefeated in conference play, but looks like that's about to come to an end. You probably will if they're happy up. UCLA's 3-0 on the Big Ten. Yes. They fired Foster, and then they're 3-0 since. Who's right? This was to make Fox's game of the week. They didn't have a lot of options. Certainly, their scheduling, they didn't have a lot of options for Big Noon. UCLA and Oregon broke Penn State. Yeah, I bet they wish they never joined the Big Ten. Right now, they've won 3 straight. They're not undefeated in conference play, but they've won 3 straight. I had a hockey. We would say with college football, but I'm gonna take us. I'm gonna take Aspinall. Yeah, no, Sooners would be the Heidi game. That'd definitely be the Heidi game. Just swap feeds at this point. Take a more competitive game. You know, I'm not crazy about Venables in game management. Never happened. Hello, Jack for hockey? Yeah, that works. Hello, Jack for hockey, I do that. Yeah, I know Jack can do that as long as it won't interfere with the 3:30 game. As long as it doesn't interfere with the 3:30 game, I know Jack for, yeah. This gets to Heidi territory, absolutely. So 21-0. There's a bloodbath right now in Bloomington. Which you figured could happen. college hockey this year? I mean, Denver's always good. And the FN's don't forfeit UCLA. Don't hate the students are falling apart. I mean, that'll be a top 25 matchup. Just off 3 games started. I think it's just so Fox could get a Mendoza game. So people could see the Heisman winner or Heisman favorite on national TV right now. Kickoff here. In the end zone. Going to take it out instead of taking it to the 25. Hasn't worked yet today, and it will semi-work there to the 26-yard line. But there was a flag on the play, so maybe not. Ole Miss got his helmet on. He's coming out there. Mavs said to a terrible season. They could be. Block in the back, so UCLA has not been helped out with field position today. It's going to go if you want to approach it. Do Jeff Fernando Mendoza or Simpson. So UCLA going to have pretty bad field position here. We're going to get any sort of momentum going offensively. Any sort of time possession. 4 drives, 2 3-and-outs, a pick 6. Yeah, penalty's going to be... No, penalty's on UCLA. Yeah, KG, apparently Uncut Gems was a documentary. Yeah, we're just giving up the Nets to the Horns. You could do that. I mean, Hunter Jack applies for anything. Ball will be at the 8-yard line. The handoff up the gut loses a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. Yeah, it's very real, apparently. Yep. Imaliava 1 for 6. UCLA, more negative runs than positive runs with their running backs. I mean, everywhere you're looking at is dominating this game. Imaliava, they send 4. Middle of the field, that is caught at the 20. Just the second first down. Quasi Gilmer on the grab. Frank UCLA did pretty good for the drive. Guess we'll find out, Dabney. It's a good start. They get 13. Yeah, George so far looks all right. NBA should do more important stuff than betting up and breaking up gambling rings. I mean, they can multitask. They send 5. That's an hour to the tight end. Back-to-back completions for Imaliava. This one is going to get 3 yards. Hudson Habermel. It gets 2nd and 7. I'm glad they're taking it down. Number 2, this is like... I mean, they're committing... like conspiracy fraud. They're committing a bunch of crimes. You've been concerned in a long time. Yep. You haven't idolized any of these athletes? Imagine that, yeah. Tim Donaghy got source scandal, but this is number 2. Because right now, I mean, you have to break this up. Because if you don't, they're going to spend their money on a product that's not legit. They send 4. Hitch caught. 3 straight completions. He's getting a rhythm here. The 28. Hudson once again. Back-to-back grabs for the tight end. As Ole Miss is down by the goal line as well. 3rd and 2. Score, yep, I get it, yep. I get it. Have to wonder if it's 4-down territory here. Meaning 1 yard for the 29-yard line. Back to his right. Handoff, they're going to... fumble the ball. Fumbles the ball. Berger fumbles. It's picked up by the Hoosiers. Hosea Wheeler falls on it. And Indiana's starting in plus territory. Yeah, everyone's a bye this week, yep. Joseph Skinner, yep. That's how I gotta come down hard on Kawhi. Yeah, exactly, sports talk. Berger fumbles. Was forced on the play by Isaiah Jones, picked up by Hosea Wheeler. And Indiana has a 28. Less throwing the prime would be the bigger shock. Just as their funds were so nothing. Not so much fun or anything. I mean, they both be shocks. You field start because Taylor's hurt. Handoff here. Hemby. He'll get down to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 7. What was UCLA doing? They were looking good all of a sudden. Now this. I don't know if they were looking, I mean, looking good entering this game, but they've never looked good at any point this game. I mean, the first 2 plays they threw a pick 6. Bruins play hockey, yeah. Indiana's forced 2 turnovers, the starting field position on those turnovers. Pick 6, touchdown, and ball to 28. It's going to help. Play action, that's caught, breaks 1 tackle, and Williams gets the first at the 13-yard line. Gain of 14. Also, Indiana stopped a fake punt, got the ball near midfield as a result there. How's it going, Michael? Appreciate you. I hope everyone's having a nice start to the weekend. Yeah, I wish this game was a little bit better, but yeah, I get that, Sports Talk. I get that. First down in the red zone once again. Last 2 times they got in the red zone, got a touchdown out of it. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom in the pistol. Handoff here. Hemby, 10, 5. He's going to get in. Touchdown, Roman Hemby. For the 2nd time today. Gets in there. Rome wasn't built in 1 day. This Indiana lead was built in a second. 27-0. For Bud, I think it was Uberoth, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was Faye Vincent. It was Vincent. Uberoth was a bit before that. 28-0. We are close to hiding this thing. Is that all right, Spencer? Appreciate you, man. We are close to hiding this bad boy. We'll give it 1 more drive. And then we'll flip to Ole Miss, Oklahoma. I'll give it 1 more drive, and then we are going to call it. Because this is bad. Just see Philip make 23. Yep. I know I usually don't hide it before the half. I will make an exception for this. I will easily make an exception for this. If UCLA can't do anything on this drive, I will make an exception. UCLA won't give up. I will share everyone that. I think Indiana just might be too good. You want to take a half game? Ooh. Before the half, yeah, it's really bad right now. There's no other way to say it. It's really bad. I mean, there's nothing to say about this game outside of that. I mean, UCLA has 2 first downs. Indiana's got 4 touchdowns. They have as many turnovers as they do first downs. It is bad. Really bad. Very, very, very bad. I'm getting the Heidi in motion at this point. This game's horrible, really horrible, yes. 10, very weird score. Sometimes I get a safety. Yeah, I get that, Sports Talk. I completely get that. I think a lot of people feel the same way. If this is the iceberg. So I give it was 45 minutes and a half. Might just start OT early at that point. If I did something like that. Every USC fan says coming a mile away. Yeah. Well, they want to start thinking Indiana's better than Ohio State. I mean, look, they're 1-2 for a reason. I think the thing with Ohio State is their defense is just stacked. Their defense is allowing like 5 points a game. We'll see. If they meet in the Big Ten Championship, we're going to find out. Haven't watched NBA since Raptors won the championship in 2018. Ended on a high note. I can respect that. Ended it on a high note. It's the way to go out. I can respect that. Sports hole, wow, yeah. What score got me from this game? I don't know the score got me for college football. There's been a lot of weird scores in that. So rank games for when we Heidi? That's a good idea. But it's more about, it depends on how good the other games are. But almost Oklahoma was the second option, I believe. In terms of the vote. Kickoff here. Fielded, and this time going to just wisely take a knee and get to the 25-yard line. Will I have get someone going in the serve? I do not think so. I was getting back when the kids already tackled me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's that kind of day for Oklahoma so far. League needs a hard reset. I'm with you on that one. Players have just too much power. Way too much power. Yeah, if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to this episode, tell on the channel. So we try and grow this community even more. So timeout, or not timeout. They were doing a weird transition there, but if Bruins can't do anything here, we're gonna flip. Reset the clock to 1946. Just ban sports gambling besides friends leads to Twitch bankruptcy. I mean, it's like a lot of vices. And do you want to ban every vice? Is the question. First down, ball's at the 40 after a penalty, actually. So only obviously going to have a good field position. He's going to run for the first to the 50. Dives hit to the 45. Gain of 15, and they're going to be running to play in plus territory here. Right. Right. No one knows with that. Rasmus play 2:30, get him back. Ooh. They have a good, tough game today. For NHL NBA, it's a fun sport. Fun to watch. Gonna hide in the second. We are close to hiding. Ilya going deep. Double coverage, overthrown. Looking for Gwilmer. There's a flag on the play. There's a flag on this one. Gilmore was working on Pons, as he's been working for the most part all game. There was contact with the shoulder pad. Not sure if he was ever going to get there, but yeah, they're not saying it wasn't catchable. Second down. Does it show accountability? Yeah. First time he gets side time at Kramer. I've got one in my office. It's a cool one. It's on it. Well, they take the flag off. 2nd and 10. Was not catchable. Hockey playoffs are great. NHL's second best Big Four beside the NHL or the NFL. It's fun. 2nd and 10. 2 at the top. One of the bomb back to his right. Swings it out. It's caught. Spin move to make one man missing. Down at the 41-yard line. Gain of 4 for Frias. It's one of the exceptions. I mean, I get with everything happening. I get it. Ball at the 41. Not doing it for a while. No, if we hide, I mean, if we hide in almost Oklahoma, they're around the same time. So, we could be doing a raid at the half. We could still probably do a raid. So, both around the same time. I mean, the government's getting involved in the NBA right now. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Back to his right. They're going to send 4. Maliava pressured, and he will get sacked at the 50. Going to lose 9. I don't know if it was a pre-1920 or not. Tyreek Tucker. 3rd sack. Already. And Indiana. Well, let's see if UCLA goes for it. If not, we're going to Heidi. See if UCLA goes for it at midfield. They punt it away, we're going to Heidi. They're punting it. I'll just make sure it's not a fake. Will Carroll on to punt. I'm fine calling this one. It's like Anthony Richardson numbers. Carroll, yeah, it's not a fake. Just make sure it's not muffed. Field at 12, and this is the earliest Heidi we're going to have. This is the earliest Heidi of all time. But we're doing it. I'm left with no choice. It's the earliest Heidi ever. At 28-0, I'm left with no real choice. We're going to flip you to a more competitive game. We're taking you to a more competitive game. Second quarter. Let me just adjust the everything here. Is Ole Miss is, or Oklahoma Miss got 4th and 2 at the 46-yard line of Ole Miss. Play action, looking in the flat, not there, is to avoid the sack, not going to be able to do it. And Ole Miss will take over at the 48-yard line of Oklahoma. They get the stop on 4th, they get the sack. The Orange will necessarily play, yes. They will take you out to a more competitive game. It's the state of affairs right now. So UCLA, Indiana, we are done with coverage there. I have a feeling that one is over. Just finals tomorrow, yes. First TKO football games, yes. The Rebels take over on downs. .432. Chance to make a 2-score game here for the Heidi clip. That one's calling the Kitch route. Gain of 3 to Deuce Alexander at the 45. Iowa game is at 3:30 Eastern time. Want to use Indiana? Yeah, I was prepared. I was 100% prepared for this. Watch out, market games. 100 Jeff for Caps game. ESPN Plus. You can do it on ESPN Plus. There's an injured player, meanwhile, for Ole Miss, so we have a stoppage here. That's Daquan Wright, the tight end, who is down. Yeah, so I have access to NHL out of market. ESPN Plus has all the games. And I have ESPN Plus. And the second quarter, good call. Yeah, the game was over. It was over. 28-0, it was over. Yeah, hopefully this one's a bit more competitive. I mean, it should be. Top 15 matchup. It should be more competitive. But we had to make the switch. It was bad. It was very good to begin with, yeah. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes this happens. Captain Person, I don't think I have. Person in the chat? Yeah. So we keep track of our highest success rate. You make the call. Percent of streaming Heidi. It's not often. It's like once every other week. Iowa game stats with 100 Jack? Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, Iowa game stats with 100 Jack. That's what he wanted. 2nd and 7. Well, the 45 after the injury to Wright. Chance to see 900. That'd be cool. See him in person. And timeout's going to be called by Ole Miss. They'll have 2 left. Whereas, because they had a stoppage anyways after the Wright injury. Our community top 25. Yes, we are. Starting to remember it. Yeah, Lamar Jackson out. Yeah, that injury is just lingering. See, the former Yotes play. I think I saw him play the Sabres, and that's it. Jags sick for Thomas Stewart. It would be a straight swap with another wideout. I could see. You know what I could see? Harrison. That's what I could see. I could see a straight swap with Marvin Harrison. That would be my guess. It wouldn't be for a draft pick. It would be for current wide receiver help. Is it 160 from Mario? Yeah, it looks that way. Yes. Staying down, half of the middle, and that'll get down to the 43-yard line. We'll call it about 3 yards on the play. And one we call 2 games, 1 stream, yes. For the solid deadline, I'm going to say fiction. UCLA defense got to stop. Literally right as we had it, they got to stop. So 3rd and 3. Ball to 43 after the handoff there. I think Ravens win. Not with, I don't think, I think a better chance of Huntley than Rush, but 1 on top, 1 on the bottom, 2 in the backfield here for Chambliss. Receiver in motion. Fake the give on the jet sweep and going to take it himself. Chambliss going to get back to the line. That's it. Kip Lewis on the stop. 4th and 3, decision time here. Oklahoma went for on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if Ole Miss does the same. They just scored, yeah. It's like I believe in the Bears are proven wrong. Well, it's not believe in them. It's more, I don't believe in the Ravens. Yovi's going to hit 900. 1,000 if he stays in the NHL, he'll hit it. Just a question, will he go back to Russia? Which I don't think he will. I think he's going to stay in the NHL for life. 4th and 3, they're going for it. Trips to the bottom of the screen, back to his left. Slam pass that's caught, first down. As if the other 2 receivers out as blockers and Harrison Wallace on the slant. He had 6. And the Rebels are in business. Yeah, 950 is going to hit. Usually makes it 28-7. We had it back now. Pirate movies. We have Pirate anime. We have Pirate game. Where's the Pirate TV show? We have Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Jalen Hurts at 100 passing touchdowns. How much does he need? He needs Sterling move the ball. On that one, at least. UCF makes the playoff. USF. Whoever wins the American makes it. So I think right now USF is going to win the American. Chambliss on the read option. Has to eat the play behind the line. Loss of 3. Jaden Jackson on the stop. Alongside Sammy Omushigo. 96 got 3 right. So no, he's not going to get this week. 2nd and 13. Baltimore now -2. Yeah, the line is going down. Oh, they're going to retire over December. Easily. Why wouldn't they? 2-minute timeout. We'll figure out who to rate at the half. While I take this, when we do the break, because we will rate someone at the half. Comes down to rate in a little bit, but we will do it here. Are animals out? Yeah. Week 9, yes, week 9 he should be able to do it. UCLA makes it 28-21. Would I hide you back? No. I would not. Once we switch, that's it. But tonight, we should be doing it unless my voice just gets shot. Should be able to do it. Let's see who we're going to raid. Heidi Hundo Jack? That depends. I would let it play out for longer. I wouldn't Hundo Jack it or Heidi it right away. Well, if Soup is good? I don't think he is. Hasn't been good in forever. Just as one pass touchdown, that's I guess going to beat his 6-yard field goal. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't Heidi Hundo Jack. I would not Heidi Hundo Jack. Whereas UCLA does something good, they get called for taunting. That's good. I got the bot. Right, if you say go ahead, yes. Right, if you say go ahead, yeah. He's better than Russia. I mean, that's not saying much. If things are really bad, Bloomington were high before the half. Yep, they were really bad. It's 28-0. All right, I'm trying to figure out who we're gonna raid. So I have no idea. I'm trying to find a streamer to raid that we ideally haven't done before. Fields, but not by much. New King of the Hill? I've not seen it yet. I have not at the time. I wish I did. Not seen it yet. Oh man, Who is available to raid? People watch? Yeah, people would watch. They watch NBA. They've watched NBA on here before. All right, 2nd and 13. One at the top, one at the bottom. Chambliss scrambling out, fires on the run to the sideline. That's called the 20. 15 stays on his feet. 10 and brought down to the 9. Caden Lee on the grabbing. A figure Ole Miss is going to take their sweet time here. Clock's not an issue for them. Oklahoma not calling timeout for the gain of 30. Try and stop the clock, give themselves as much time as possible. They're not going to do it. Handoff here. Ole Miss going very quick. I'm surprised by that. Lacey, nothing doing. You figure you'd take this all the way down if you're Ole Miss. But Oklahoma should call timeout, and I believe they are. One pass touchdown? Yeah, I think he gets it. Oklahoma calls the timeout. Ole Miss went very quick there. I don't know why. I can talk about that game. That's fine. We talk about all the games on the channel. He is more than allowed to talk about that game. Highest possible ratings? Probably be Rangers or Bruins against it would be Rangers Blackhawks. We had already, yeah. It was 28-0. We had it already. They give to the side. Lacey trying to turn the corner to the 10, and he will stay in bounds at the 3-yard line. That'll keep the clock moving. Yeah, for a top 15 matchup, yes. If I call a play when Ole Miss and blitz on the goal line, result safety, why are you going for a 14 pin D with a punt? Well, I get going for it. I get that one. What is this trend? Yep. Winston will break an unfortunate trend. I don't know what the trend is. NFL Colts Vikings? Trust me, this game is over. 3rd and goal, direct snap. Lacey bounces outside. He's in. Touchdown. Panthers? No, I don't think they do. I don't think we have 4 consecutive title. This or Menu Brighton? I mean, almost good game so far. But direct snap to Lacey. 21-10. Score 4 points. How much viewership for a Mammoth Blue Jackets final? Not much. Not much. Extra point is good. 22-10. I'm sure the Falcons thought that too. Yeah, those are 2 evenly matched teams. This is one team is way better than the other. You leverage 31%. All right. Okay. A 22-10. Someone wants to be expelled. It's not looking pretty right now. I could see it. Colts in 06 were last team to win when this happened. Have the guy who won the MVP the last year? That'd be my guess. Have the guy who won the MVP last year win it. He got one of them. Nice. Kickoff. End zone. Touchback. I don't know why my clock was running. 46 seconds left for the Hoosiers, down by 12. Hosted both finals this year? That's bold on the Red Wings' part. But I could see the Pistons, like I said. The last unbeaten. Oh, wow. We both have in common. Last title was 91. They won in 87 and 91. Oh, last two last unbeaten lost to. Oh, wow. That's a good question. Most innocent sport. There you go. 28-3. First half of 25 from Matier and Company. I figured out who we're going to rate the half. 3 at the top, one the bomb back to his right. Matier takes a snap. They're going to send 3. Matier pressured, flushed out, escapes 2, fires on the run, sidearm, incomplete. Looking for Isaiah Satenga. 2nd and 10. The Red Wings look good so far this year. We'll see if it lasts, but so far they look good. Second and 10. Matier, second read, not there. Swing it out. That is caught behind the line. Loss of 1 for Blaylock. And we'll see if Ole Miss takes a timeout. They will not. They're not going to try and get the ball back. They're fine taking it at 22-10. Most likely to become champions. I'm going to go Hurricanes. And Oklahoma goes quick. It's incomplete. And they will get the ball back with 12 seconds. Last time San Marino hosted both finals. Ooh. Yeah, MSG did. Staples never did. Yeah, it's been a bit. It's definitely been a bit. So, Colts collapse 6-1. Hopefully they lose to Titans tomorrow, but I doubt it. Make sure to monetize? Yes. Yep. They should be good. They are... Yeah, they're monetized. Ole Miss takes its second time out. Yeah, almost 7-5 where they are now. Yeah, they're probably winning out if it holds. Yep. Source says this is extremely rare. Every team in a winning record. One team never back-to-back Carolina Panthers. That's easy. That's the Panthers. Never back-to-back winning seasons. Panthers. I'm guessing 2014 every team in a winning record in Washington, D.C. Yeah, 23. Yep. It's doomsday for the Sooners. For the Hoosiers, I should say. UCLA jumped offside, so this will be a free play. I mean, it was just not wowing me today. Last time I started 6-1 and went 3-6-1 the last 10. I hope more of the same there. I'll take that. One time left for Ole Miss. They'll get it back. For a quick 3 and out. How you don't understand how Venables got... Well, he got the job because he was the right-hand man to Dabo Swinney at Clemson all these years. And he ran a tight ship there. How he's kept it? Probably just a huge buyout. The punt here will be down to the 26 with no time left. So we go to the third. Oklahoma going to get to start the second half. They don't double dip, but they will get the ball to start the half. I'll put a poll up who wins this one. We will do ourselves a halftime raid. Also, remember every donation counts. Triple 20 to make the call. Help me decide which game we're calling for college basketball. All right, here's what we're going to raid. We're going to raid It's in the Blood. So I'll see you guys in 18 minutes for the start of the second half. 22-10 your score in this one. Let me just reset the screen. And we will go from there, because obviously that's not the right screen. So give me a second here, reset that. Obviously I have no video for this. Stark the Titans get to the start next season. I don't think he is, but I know he's interested in going to the pros. So I'll see you guys in a little bit for the start of the second half. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, coming back in just a little bit. All right, everybody, welcome to the start of the second half. This game between Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Oklahoma gets the ball to start the second. If you're just joining us, we did the Indiana-UCLA game. It is 35-3 at the half, so we are switching to a more competitive game. This game, more competitive in Norman between two teams looking to avoid their second SEC loss and basically take themselves out of contention for the SEC championship later on. So appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you've never to one of these streams, you know how it works like this. Fire one in the chat, any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order I see them on that ball wins this game. Ole Miss or Oklahoma. Oklahoma gets the ball started the second half. Again, the song that's half off of karaoke is It's Tricky by Run DMC. How's it going, Cujo? Appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. And let's get this second half underway. And again, we got emojis in the chat show, so for either one of these teams, whether you're a fan of Ole Miss or Oklahoma, the next game we are doing is the Iowa game against Minnesota over on CBS. That game starting at 3:30 Eastern Time. All right, let's do this kickoff here in the end zone for a touchback, and the Sooners will start at the 25-yard line. On their first drive of the half, went 3 and out last time. Alvin's been a bit stagnant as of late, and 96% of you riding with the Rebs to win this one. Matier's been taking a beating today. At times. 11 for 14 that first half, but did take quite a few sacks in that second quarter on the last two drives. First down here at the 25-yard line. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Matier takes it, fakes the swing. He's going to try and run, and he'll get about 2. Brought down by Xavier Harris at the 27-yard line. Ole Miss scored right before the halftime break. It was a touchdown on a slant pass They've been dominating as of late. Mateer going down behind the line, loss of 3. Perkins on the stop alongside Harris once again. UCLA winning yet? No, they are down by 32. They're coming back. I think they're coming back. Sometimes they're not going to win this one. So 3rd and 11. A6 World Series more heartbreaking than 2011. I could see the argument for both. I don't think it's a hot take. I can see the argument for both. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Mateer takes it. They're going to send 5. Steps up to going deep down the field. 1-on-1, but overthrown. Looking for Satenga. It's back-to-back 3-and-outs. I think Len was worse than 86, but I could see the argument for both. Most hated current head coach, not in the Big 12? Ooh, most hated current head coach. I could probably go Kirby. Just the lack of accountability on that team in terms of off-the-field issues. Let to punt it away. Grayson Miller to Wallace. 2 straight 3-and-outs for the Sooners. Had him open 2 on the fly. There was no safety help. The color rush every OSU game? Yes, I would. I like color rush. For college, I like color rush. That punt, it's a good one, as it will roll out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So a 60-yard punt, 6-0. And the Rebels will take over inside their own 20. So good job there by Miller flipping the field. Time for Chambliss to come out. 12 for 21 today. Last pass was that touchdown. On the slant. First down to the top, to the bottom. Chambliss, they're going to send 4. Has time, now flushed out. Has to avoid the sack, fires on the run, and that is incomplete. Every college football rivalry but one. Get rid of every single one but one. Which one would I save? Ooh. As a Florida fan, I'm saving Florida, Georgia. But if I had to get rid of everyone but one, as a neutral fan, I'm saving Ohio State, Michigan. A 1 per conference. Okay. Second down, out route is tipped, incomplete. I'm 3rd and 10. So, yeah, Big Ten, we're saving the game. SEC, we're saving Florida, Georgia. Big 12, I'm going to save, as an ASU fan, ASU, Arizona. We'll save the border war. Chambliss, pressured, fires on the run, incomplete. So back-to-back plays for the Sooners force pressure, and it's a quick 3-and-out for Ole Miss. And then ACC, what am I saving the ACC? I'm saving, if it's basketball, Duke, UNC, but if we're doing football? Wait, is this for every sport? So that's the question I have. Is this for every sport? There's a flag on the play. It shouldn't be grounding. There's a guy in the area. Both offenses, people losers. So like if I save, like let's say if I say Duke UNC, I'm actually gonna say the flag is on Oklahoma. It was a 5-yard penalty on 3rd down, so that was a free play. Trips to the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top, back to his left. Receiver goes in motion. It's Wallace. So not off the field just yet. Chambliss takes it. They're going to send 4. Out route. That is a low throw caught, but shy of the 6-yard. Just got to. All right, so Duke UNC doesn't matter for that necessarily. All right, in that case, we're going to go FSU Miami for the ACC. We'll do that. Virginia Tech's a good pick too, but that would be the one. 4th and 1, and they're gonna leave the offense on the field at the 25-yard line. They're gonna go for it. Let's just start again with a hard count here. I would not be going for it in this spot. That's a long one to get. They're going for it. It's a bad snap, and it's recovered by Lacey, but he's going to lose 10. And Oklahoma's going to get it in the red zone. That was... Oh, I don't know about that. Your defense playing well lately. Playing very well lately. It was a long one. And try and go cute, and now Oklahoma's got it. At the 15-yard line. So Lacey loses 10. Kendall Daniels on the takedown. It's a bad snap, and at that point, I'm just putting the ball away. Yeah, that was a gutsy play. A long one to go at your own 25-yard line up by 12. And Oklahoma momentum on their side. Yeah, that was not ideal. Mateer, QB draw. He's going to look to bounce outside. Now looking to throw on the run. He's got his man. Was there a guy down the field? That pass is incomplete. It was behind him. Giovanni Gibson, the intended target. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the play itself. Yeah, there's going to be a man downfield. That was clearly a design run. Mateer, I don't know what he was thinking throwing the ball. An eligible man downfield. Easy call there. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down at the 20-yard line. With the way Oklahoma's offense has been playing, you force back-to-back 3-and-outs. I would just trust your defense to do what they've been doing so far. The last 4 drives for Oklahoma, 0 yards, 0 yards, 24 yards, and -5 yards on a safety. So your last 4 drives, you've allowed 19 yards. Running back slips, 2nd and 15. Even on this drive, -5 yards. The last 5 drives, including this one, they've gone 14 yards. That's it. Just 14 yards. Up by 2 scores, I would not have taken that chance. If you're going to do it, not a direct snap to the running back on 4th and 1 in a trick formation. 2nd and 15. 2 at the top. Isaiah motions. 1 at the bottom. Back to his right play action. Mateer. Flat's not there. So Mateer looking for the second read. Going to go to the end zone. That's incomplete. Ole Miss defense doing its job right now, despite the bad field position they've been forced with. Yeah, look, I can see 86 or 11 is the most heartbreaking. I can see an argument for both. I think 11 was worse because they down to the final strike twice. But 86 definitely was heartbreaking as a Red Sox fan. 3rd and 15. Again, every donation counts toward you make the call. Going to help me decide which game we're calling. Northeastern Colgate or MIT Harvard? Which game are we doing? For college basketball. It'll be one of the first games to do. Not the first game, but it'll be one of them. Gibson in motion. Right at the top. Mateer pressured, steps up, avoids the sack for the moment. Then he's going to go down to the 24-yard line. Even Campbell think that's excessive. So he loses 4. Prince will on the sack, and that's 3 straight drives for the Sooners where they don't get a first down. Their last 3 drives have lost 9 yards. Their last 5 drives have only gotten 11 yards combined, which makes the decision to go for all the more questionable. So on the 28th, I've been put off for far too long. Yo, he only got 3 days, so that's the right call to do it now. So I'll try a 42-yarder. Tate Sandell. This one tucks inside the left upright. It's good. Oklahoma cuts it to 9. They don't take full advantage of a drive that started in the red zone. Ole Miss defense playing lights out right now. Makes the decision to go for it. All the more questionable. But 22-13 your score. And if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. The Ole Miss defense playing their butts off as of late. After allowing the touchdown on the 76-yard pass by Mateer to Satenga. After allowing that, the drives, -5, 24, 0, 0, -9 in terms of the yardage. Last 5 drives have gotten 10 plays combined. They do with Sports Talk. They've done it before. They've suspended refs before. It's happened. 68 it happened. Oklahoma 10 yards on their last 5 drives. Their last 17 plays have gotten 10 yards. Do the math on that. They're averaging over their last 17 plays 0.5 yards per play. It's not great. V-Dub with the fiver. The geniuses on the Hardwood Classic. All right. Assuming you do not mean Colgate on that one. Giving you exactly what it's doing. Well, that just makes it even worse because your defense got to stop. Makes it even worse. They just gave him 3 points for no reason. Appreciate you, Bib, as always. Get you on the call. Again, this is the only day for this to make the call. We're going to close this one as soon as it's done. So now this is gap to number 1. I appreciate you. Let's have V-Dub on that one. Get you on Harvard, MIT. So we have the only chance to get to see an MIT game on this stream. I don't make any promises. I'm not going to sway you one way or the other, but I will say Colgate we've done before. Northeastern probably will have a chance at some point. International should be banned for life. I think he should be suspended for sure. He's incompetent. Frank's answer just forgot the question. Nice. But MIT, there's not a lot of chance we're going to get to do an MIT game. Methinks. I guess we'll find out. First high point game. I don't know the first high point game we're doing. It's not gonna be this. Not gonna be the Monday game. There's no stopping Frank. No, there is not. Frank is eternal. Yeah, the first high point game that we will stream will be. I don't know the first one we're going to stream. I think it's going to be the 20th. November 20th will be the first we stream. I don't know yet. We'll definitely do a game against SIU on December 3rd. So I can promise you we'll be live December 3rd for High Point. Frank is Casper from the Ghost Energy? Yep, he does. Very much so. So 22-13 your score. Ole Miss forcing a 3-and-out last drive. Let's see if the offense can do something here. Their last drive went 4-and-out. 3-2. Wow, that is a real score line for football. It's not a soccer score. That's a real score for football. God. Big Ten, it's like you never left. I might take a walk to Harvard in 20 minutes. They could. It's been an interesting matchup. We're live for one of those two games. You'd have the college basketball season start up in a little bit. We are going to be calling a lot of games. We called, I think, over 70 games last season, not counting March Madness or conference tournaments. So just in the regular season. I want to get to over 100 this season. I want to do 100. JBL's first over 20,000 people this year to date in college football season. Most of them had Virginia. Had Akron Buffalo. Now we're not hiding off this one. Should know 10-10 in the UNC game against Virginia. 24-14 USF over Memphis right now. I think Ole Miss had too many men in the huddle. So they were going to back up 5 yards to start the stride. It's going to be 1st and 15. For World Series Game 3, would I do it? That would be the one exception to not doing football. That would probably be the one exception, actually. In the flat, incomplete, 2nd 15. Yeah, I know I say don't hundo jack football. That would be the one exception. Like, I'm fine making an exception with that one. Yeah, World Series is the World Series. So it's out one of them back to his right. Play action. Chambliss fires the curl route. That's called the 25. Gets down to the 27. Harrison Wallace, gain of 7, 3rd and 8. So tomorrow morning, it's done by 1. Hundo jack. I think as the Jaguars don't play, I actually probably would be okay with that. Third time, one the bomb back to his right. Only because the Jaguars don't play tomorrow. Someone does Kevin Harlan and do both. I can't do football and baseball at the same time. Just the score bug doesn't work that way. Right, it's game from 10-12. I probably could for that. 3rd and 8. Receiver in motion to the line. And take the snap. They're going to send 4. Chambliss. All day, middle of the field. Caught at the 42. Diving grab. Over the middle for a first. It's Williams. Winston Watkins on the grab. My depth chart was off. My apologies there. Watkins makes it over the middle. No, quick to the line. Gain of 15. Yeah, the Mariners win the World Series. Yeah. Alas, unfortunately. One of the top, two of the bottom. Bad snap and recovered. Despite being a bit too high and to the right, we'll get 4 out of it to the 46-yard line. The Mariners usually don't do well on stream, relatively speaking. So Watkins just made that last grab that got him in that spot. For Watkins, his first of the day. Just his 10th of the season. Back to his right, to the top. To the bottom, I should say. Play action. Chambliss going deep. Has a step! But overthrown. I think the receiver stopped his route. I don't think that was a bad ball, Deuce Alexander. I think Deuce just stopped his route. Because that looked online if he kept running. But that ball needed to be inside the numbers instead of outside. It was a bit of a miscommunication there. Brings up 3rd and 6. We're going to be live for the Iowa game later tonight against Minnesota. Then we're live for the World Series game 3 or game 2. To the top, on the bottom, back to his right here. Chambliss got his last 3rd down. Going to get this one on the out route. Another 3rd down conversion. And once again, it's Watkins. We'll get 12, first down. Back-to-back 3rd down conversions to double W. 5 wide. They go quick. Fakes the bubble screen. Going deep. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ole Miss very efficient today on 3rd down. 8 for 14. When you're converting over 50% of your 3rd downs, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Hence why they're up by 2 scores right now. Ole Miss. 2nd and 10. Lacey to his right, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Chambliss, play action. Avoids the sack, fires, incomplete, deep down the field. Off balance, looking for Deuce Alexander. Tight coverage, though, by Cortland Guillory, the true freshman corner. Brings up 3rd down. Ole Miss is start playing. How's the school football team on my TV lineup? I don't know, it might be local. It might be a local game. Because I don't know on that one. 3rd down. You're calling the Heidi? Yeah, 42-3, yep. I was very confident. Very confident that game was going to be ugly. When I got to 28-0. Middle of the field. That ball's behind his man. Behind Stribling. Incomplete. No flag. Guillory wants to get on the coverage. Where the NFL stayed out of the way of the World Series. Yeah, that seems level now. But there's a flag on the play. So Ole Miss might move the chains yet again. Everybody else put the score. Yep. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So what happens when you go for on 4th down in your own territory for no reason. Roughing the passer is the call. Was tight coverage by Guillory, but it's not going to matter. It's a free 15 yards. Let's see. Chambliss. Didn't get him high. Unless it was for the 2nd hit? Oh, I don't know about that. No, why? That's not roughing. Unless they're getting Daniel Okoye for the 2nd hit? But he was blocked into him. No, that's not roughing. No. No, that's soft. It wasn't to the head or neck area. Wasn't late. Unless it was for the 2nd hit, but he was blocked into him. No, that's a bad call. Keeps the drive alive for the Rebels. Screen pass behind the line, caught, and down to the 21, gain of 5. Deuce Alexander, and that could be a game-changing call. We're going to get the ball back down 9, and now... Because again, it's not targeting. They didn't call targeting. There was nothing to the head or neck area on Jaden Jackson. Yeah, again, on Jackson? It's not even on Okoye. At least Okoye had the later hit. No, that's a bad call. That's a really bad call, actually. I don't know what more Jackson could have done in that spot. Wasn't late. Didn't hit him high. Chambliss hands it off. Lacey breaks a tackle. He's getting the first of the 14-yard line. Above the shoulders. And where's he supposed to hit him then? I mean, because then targeting is head or neck area. So if it's above the shoulders, it's targeting. Forcible contact of the head or neck area is targeting. With a quarterback. So how is it not targeting? Right, am I missing something there? If it's above the shoulder, it's been this rough, yeah, I mean, that was bad. If it's above the shoulder by definition is neck and head. That's targeting. But they didn't call targeting. So, like, what are we doing here? Chambliss, QB draw. He's going to lose 2. Like, am I missing something with that? Again, head or neck area is targeting. If he got him above the shoulder, that's the head or the neck. So college refs sometimes cease to amaze me. That was a crap call. Chambliss. End zone. One-handed attempt incomplete. Looking for Stribling. The only solace you can take out of this is that maybe, if you get a stop here, it would be the same score. Now, granted, it would be a tougher field goal, obviously, from where Ole Miss was before versus now, but they'd still maybe walk away with 3. So, sun is coming out now, Norman. They're going to say 3. We got to get a stop here. Chambliss stepping up. He's going to run for... Well, Louis had the first, and then he slipped. He had the first. He stumbled at the 7, and now we'll see if Ole Miss goes for it here. 4th and 3. Yeah, next man's idea. Yeah. Scott associated with Garfield plays quarterback. Oh, I love that. The hit from the crown of the helmet into the back. So they got the wrong guy. So it wasn't on Jackson. They got on Okoye. But he was blocked into him. I thought they got on Jackson. I didn't think they got on Okoye. They're going to kick the field goal, make it a 12-point game. Carniero, 14 for 16. Play clock's at 0. This will be a delay of game. Unless they burn a timeout here. Yeah, they're going to move it back 5 yards. And a bit of a longer try, about 29 yards. Search look crazy, yes. Is that a back call? Yeah, that was pretty bad. Would have gone for 3. Have a chance to make a 3-possession, give the 2-pointer. I'm fine kicking here. Just get back to where it was. Your defense is playing well. Make them get 2 touchdowns. Field goal is good. At 25-13. Back to a 12-point game. Yeah, if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. Ways to try and grow this community even more. Ole Miss, long drive there. Some 3rd down conversions, plus a roughing the passer call that definitely won't be controversial or talked about. Makes it 25-13. So makes it 2 touchdown game. They had a chance to ice him there. With the way your defense is playing... Again, you've allowed 10 yards the last 17 plays. I'm fine saying, you know what? Score 2 touchdowns on us. I'm fine with that for now. Now, if it was 1 yard, I'm fine with that. But 3? If the last 4 downs didn't work? Yeah, I'm fine kicking. 4th and 1, I would go. I'm going to make it clear. 4th and 1, I'm going for it. You know, sports while I talk about Terry Rozier situation, yeah, it's a bad look. Well, it was so funny when Get Up was breaking the news and had ESPN bet ticker, the bottom line, and they had to, like, remove it. Yeah, Chum was 33 pass, carried him at tier 16. Wow. Right, Tristan potentially get a safety there, or at least stop to get a good field position on punt. True. But I just look touchdown, field goal versus 2 touchdowns. Call Foster, make sure it was still fire. They're going to be that bad. BYU, Texas Tech, Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah, the game, and obviously BYU, Texas Tech. Right, in the case of the forum, Bama, LSU, and A&M, Missouri that week. Well, A&M, Missouri, they might not go to. Bama, LSU, they'll probably do that. Yeah, they're going to a lot of SEC schools. They're kind of dropping the ball with that. Because they already have SEC Nation. Like, you don't need game day to go to all these schools, but my friend probably loves it. My friend's loving the fact they're probably going to go heavy SEC schedule. Less travel time. Stay in the South. Broadcast portion of a sportsbook. I'm with you on that. Especially when the broadcast can dictate the angles. Like, you really think about it. ESPN, what cameras are they using for Monday Night Football games? What cameras are they using for college football games? ESPN cameras, because it's ESPN production. How they, like, the networks decide how many angles they have and what angles get shown. I've been to Mizzou since 2010? It's been that long? If I was on Cook a while, that did take a while. It's been that long since I went to Mizzou? It was before they were even in the SEC. They win today and next week. That's the key. If they beat Vandy, that's going to be the $1 million question. Can they beat Vandy? Here's go relevant goal to go scenarios. That wasn't goal to go. That wasn't a goal to go. That was... Right, that was not a goal to go. They were right around the 10-yard line. Take the Big 12 coverage. I haven't watched a lot of it, so I don't have really a strong opinion on it. They were fine when they did the college football game, but that was the playoff. But that's about all I've seen with them for the most part. Yeah, 4th and goal to 3, I'm going for it. That's different. 4th and goal to 3. This is like the 10-yard line. It was 4th and 3 at the 10. Kickoff here. It's a squib, and that is going to bounce out of bounds. A 35-yard line. How's it going, Dave? Appreciate you tuning in. Sooners will have decent field position here on the kickoff out of bounds. A 25-13 your score. And they've gotten 10 yards their last 17 plays. Will they buy next week? Oh. Where are they going to Florida, Georgia next week? One of the top, 2 at the bottom. Just waking up. All good. Hand up the middle. That will get 5 and then some more to the 50, 40. He's got one to beat. He could go all the way. Xavier Robinson in. Brand new ball game. Xavier Robinson. 65 yards on the first play. And just like that, Oklahoma right back in this thing. Right, both win today. Could happen, yeah. Not worse than yesterday. Yeah, yesterday sounded rough from what you told me. Yesterday sounded rough. 25-19. The Ole Miss defense, which has been playing very well lately, can't get a stop there. Trust your defense. Yep, so much for that. 25-20. Hey, Texas Vandy wins today. Did they do 3 Vandy games in a month, though? I don't know if they do that. Do I say about Ole Miss defense? Yeah, that was a rough one. We have 12 a little bit, yeah. I want to make it very clear. Ole Miss, prior to that run, Oklahoma had 13 carries for 9 yards. I don't get what it's called. I have no idea. Prior to that run, they were averaging, well, it was not good. Prior to that run, they were averaging 0.69 yards per carry. It's now jumped up to 5.5. That's why average sometimes isn't the best stat. Went from about 0.7 yards a carry to 5.5 yards a carry on that one run. He felt off the edge on defense, yep. And just like that, we got a brand new ball game. Right, that run skews it, yep. 25-20. The chunk play, the big play they needed. Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback at the 25-yard line. I think we Heidi to a way better game compared to the Indiana game, which seems over. It was over for like 5 minutes. After the first 2 plays, I was already thinking like, okay, we might have to Heidi this thing. 25-20 over on ABC. What can Chambliss do? On this drive. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Last drive got 3 out of it. Receiver in motion is Alexander. That pass tipped at the line and incomplete. Broken up on the play by Grayson Holden. Some decision, Super 49, but he got lucky. Yeah, that clock management made no sense at Super 49. Would not calling timeout. Yeah, that made no sense. I've been throwing a lot this game. Ole Miss. Now the Norman crowd is waking up. Whoever thought Indy would be number 2 in football? Not me. Never in my lifetime. Tight end right goes in motion. They're going to give it on the sweep. He'll get 2. Lacey down to the 27. Ole Miss very good on third down today. They have to wonder, the turning point of this game could be when all's said and done. Besides the decision to go for it on 4th and 1 at your own 25, Chambliss had the first down with his legs last time on third down, just stumbled. And you're down at the spot. Had a first down, could have been a 3-score game. Instead, they get 3 out of it. Now it's down to a 1-score game. Lacey in motion. They're going to send 5. Screen pass. Caught but blown up. And then incomplete. Either way, it's a 3 and out. Second time in 3 drives, the Rebs have gone 3 and out. And Oklahoma's starting to feel themselves in Georgia, Florida. Although you could get like the Florida interim coach, get the rivalry. Yeah, IU, Vandy, Georgia Tech in the top 10. Crazy. Read the tight end screen all the way. And Kendall Daniels blows it up. They're going to punt this ball away. Bird gets rid of it. If he comes back, yeah. That's not a great punt. Will bounce out of bounds at the Oklahoma 41. Just 32 yards on that one, no return. And the Sooners will take over in what is all of a sudden a brand new bowl game. Ole Miss was up 22-13. Had the ball in the red zone. 2 minutes later, Oklahoma's got it down by 5 with the ball. Winner locked in with the playoff and loser out today. I would say no on that. 2 losses could still probably get you in. Even if you lose this game, you have to run the table, but 2 losses could get you in. Caligorn's out again. Yep. Shocker. Meanwhile, Virginia UNC tied at 10. You figure 4 or 5 SEC teams are going to make it into the field. Barring anything crazy. 4 or 5 are going to make it in. 2-loss SEC team is still good. 3-loss, you're out. I mean, it's going to be tough to keep Ole Miss out. If they lose on the road to Oklahoma, lose on the road to Georgia, and those are 2 losses, it'd be tough to keep them out of the field. Meanwhile, UNC Virginia tied at 10 in the 4th quarter, and UNC's got the ball. Belichick's crew doing something here, potentially, as Belichick looks for his first conference win. 25-20. If you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. So we try and grow this community even more. Season already? Ooh, we hit a total of 250 from 3 streams in both episodes tonight. Perfect. Tell that 5 SC get in unless Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon collapses. Oh, make a run sprints after the game? Yes. Indiana have touchdown to ever stop? No, they do not. You're stop coming, they don't stop coming. That's what it is with Indiana right now. Well, yeah, Big Ten's going to get 3. SEC, if they get... The way they could get 5 is if Miami has 2 losses. A 2-loss Miami would not make it. That'd probably be a 1 big ACC. Eventually you get that never-ending loop. Yep, eventually you get like a D3 school being better than FBS school. I think Indiana's got that game won. You can take a wild guess on that one. Michigan beats Ohio State. It's a little bit interesting. It's ball at the 40-yard line after the punt. Only about 30 yards on that one. The handoff here. This one will not go for 65 like the last one. This one by Robinson gets down to the 43. And take that last run out by Oklahoma. They're averaging under a yard per carry on the ground. But that one run changed the entire complexion of this game. Ty clone of Daniel Jones. I like Ty a lot more in college than I do Daniel Jones. Do you all especially have enough? They beat Ohio State? Yes, they do. Trips to the bottom, back to his left. Like, this is a wide open field. Pump fake Mateer behind the line. It's caught, looking for some space for the first. He's going to be, I think, a yard shy at the 49. Deion Burks. Virginia, if they lose this game, they're done. They're tied with UNC right now. 2 losses, Virginia will not get in. They're going to give him the first down, actually. They're giving him the spot. Right, 1 loss to Tech's fine. Miami, 1 loss is fine. Ball at midfield. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Now motioning over is Jaron Kanak, the tight end. Hand up the middle. And nice run by Robinson. Once again, he'll get 7. Starting to find a bit of a rhythm now with Robinson on the run. TJ Banks. There's a flag on the play. Banks on the stop. See if this one's coming back. Michigan and Ohio State won't matter in the playoff. Well, it's more about... No, Michigan and last year never had a chance at the playoff. No, I think what Keller is asking is if Michigan has 2 losses, personal foul, face mask on the defense. So move it up to the 28-yard line. So the question is, does a 2-loss Michigan team get in? So a second no shot. Nope. Big 12, you got to win the conference. It's a 1-bid league. So I the schedule is calculated as bad. Could be. Right, SMU undefeated conference play somehow. Yeah, very quietly. So Oklahoma already in field goal range. The face mask penalty, Ole Miss, their 5th penalty of the day. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Burks motions. Play action. Mateer flushed out. He's going to look to take off and run. He's got space at the 25. 20 bounces outside and forced out the 13-yard line by Chris Graves. Yeah, yeah, 49-3. Yeah, I made the right call. Made the right call on that one. Able to escape Jamorius Brown's pressure. Mateer gets a nice block down the field by Isaiah. And they're in the red zone. Chance to take the lead on this drive. Who saw this one coming? But it won't be a big deal for Ohio State. No, not at all. That's their only loss. That's not going to be a big deal. But Michigan, it's more of does Michigan making it at that point. But here, QB draw, and nowhere to go. He's going to get a yard to the 11-yard line. Suntrain Perkins on the stop, alongside Franklin, brings up 2nd and 9. And Minnesota, Iowa coming up later on. 6% chance of an Indiana 60 burger. Ooh, man, I could see it. Are you sure on that one compared to FSU Miami? Because of the non-conference wins. 2nd and 9. They send 4. Mateer pump fake. He's going to take off and look to throw on the run. Now he's going to get tackled at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 8. Closing in on him was Gishikin. Yeah, I mean, Miami had the Notre Dame win. FSU had the Bama win. Tech out of conference. It's not the best. Well, it's just the way that the committee seems to view the ACC versus the Big 12. Big 12 is clearly the fourth fiddle. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his right. They're going to hand it off, and Robinson is in. You figure you run it there, it's 4-down territory, but right now they got no answers for Xavier Robinson. Last 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They'll go for 2, make it a 3-point game, but Oklahoma in front. Are Michigan have to beat Ohio State to make it? Yeah, they have to. 3 losses, Michigan's not getting in. Northwestern takes the lead, oh boy. Bama, Georgia last year. Yeah. Well, Bama 3 losses. Again, 3 losses is just probably not going to get you in. Empty backfield here. Blaylock motions. Mateer fires in the flat to Blaylock. Low throw, incomplete. Had him open. Should have been easy conversion. Blaylock was open. Mateer missed him. But it's a 1-point lead for the Sooners. How about that? 13 straight for Oklahoma. They lead by 1. And if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. Come back to tie the game. Oh, boy. The following year should make some noise. Yeah, it depends on the quarterback situation. All 1 or 2 lost SC teams are ranked, but a lot of 1 or 2 lost teams in other conferences aren't ranked. SC bias? Some extent. To some extent, I'd say it's a little bit of bias, but I'd say some of it's also justified. So I've got both games. Touchback ball to 25. Any guys come out party last year? I don't know if they had one. They just won games, but they played crap teams. They really had it coming out last year. Illinois was the one where it's like, okay, this offense can score. Then Oregon was like, okay, this team's like legitimately legit. I'm not sure they had a coming out party last year. This very quietly kept moving up. And was like, oh wait, this team's undefeated. 1 on the top, 2 at the bottom. Chambliss, pressured, fires in the flat. That's calling the run, 30, and Lacey down to the 33, gain of 8. It's an interesting formula, Sports Talk. Interesting formula. 2nd and 2. It says 12 teams with 2 losses or less, and only 5 are ranked. It depends on the schedule to some extent. There is some SC bias. There definitely is some SC bias. Hand off your Lacey. I don't think it got there. Bit too much bouncing around, and we'll get one. So 3rd and 1 at the 34. So I told you so. I didn't see this coming. College fans are already storming the court at the basketball court Bill's residence. Yes. The height was very cool. Yep. You know, series are ahead. Yep. They're starting to run the ball a lot better. They don't have to call a play, but they will. Play action, going deep, has a man, but overthrown on the seam. Had the tight end, had Luke Haas, it would have been an easy touchdown. The whole box was stacked. Had him on the seam, and it brings up 4th and 1, and now I think you're going to go for it. Oh, we got behind him, too. Chambliss missed him. He's missed a few throws today. That was an easy touchdown. Yeah, 49-3. And we'll see. Right now, they've gone 2 down 2 of the last 3 drives. They are going to go for it here. They're lining up to go for it. They will. Play action in the flat. Caught. First down. And that's right at the 42-yard line. They're 2 for 3 on 4th. Wait, nobody hates saying that. No. Gain of 8, and Ole Miss keeps the drive alive. We'll go the 4th. We got a nail-biter here, Norman. This game got really good all of a sudden. Yeah, they never played stuff again. Yeah, but they had their way. 13 straight for the Sooners. They lead by 1. You know, how into this game is UCLA, Indiana. Yeah, that's BTA right now. Yeah, there's about like 25 games on right now. They're better than that. So 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They throw on both those downs. Get the first on 4th. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you tuning in for this one. And vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this game? We got emojis in the chat if you're a fan of either one of these teams. We'll be live from Minnesota, Iowa over on CBS in... Oh, God. Is that starting in 40 minutes? And we're going to start that stream once this game is done. I'm going to open that up. As we said, they're cooked. Being down 2-0 would not be great. Once they cooked, I mean, look, the Blue Jays were down 2-0, and they... Remember, the Blue Jays are down 2-0. They lost both their home games. I had to go to Seattle, and then we saw what happened there. I wouldn't say cooked, but would not be great. All right, I'll link this. Wrong thing. Fortunately, both of us wrong with 3-2 luck. Boo. That's not fun. I bet you see with Shohei. Nope. I get that. Worst head coach per division, can't count the interims. All right, Glenn, Ryans, Taylor, Carroll, Zabel, Morris. There's really no good pick in the NFC North. I'll go LaFleur, but there's no really good pick. Mr. How's it going, Artisan? Appreciate you tuning in. And then Gannon. In the NFC North, there's really no good pick. Dodgers shouldn't lose, but the bullpen just sucks. That's the problem. Their bullpen just sucks right now. Just gotta figure out where I did this. I don't know where off the top of my head. I'll have to double check. Alright, we'll figure that out later. That's a later issue. Alright. See if he came on a high punt. Oh. 60% around the Sooners to hold on to this lead. Ole Miss hands off to Lacey. He's going to get just one. That's it. Kip Lewis on the stop. No, Zach Taylor is worse than Harbaugh. Mendoza, no, just resting. They're up by so much. He's just resting. 2nd and 9. To the top, one bomb back to his left. They go quick to the line. A lot of tempo in this offense. Play action. Shambliss. Pressure. Middle of the field. Open. Caught the 45 to the 40. 35-30. 25 there in field goal range to the 20. And down to the 18. It's Watkins for the 3rd time this half. Winston Watkins' 3rd first down of the half. They're in plus territory. In the red zone here. Gain of 39. Shambliss over 260 at this point. Or then at least Stefanski. Hand off here to the 15 and Lacey down to the 14. We'll call it a gain of 4. I'm bumming someone into the red zone, yep. But it's not the actual coach there. It's based on expectations. Always has been. So 2nd and 6. Ideally, you want a touchdown here, but a field goal does give you the lead. Problem is their defense, which played very well to start this game, so allowed points on each of their last 2 drives. I mean, it's technically 3, but you can't blame the defense for the first drive. So it started in the red zone after a dumb decision by Ole Miss. 1 to his right on the back, 2 at the bottom of the screen. Now Lacey goes to his left. Or Belichick would want like Chancellor years, yeah. We do all the games at once for the Equinox. Oh boy. And we have a delay of game unless Ole Miss got a timeout in time. They did. They'll have 2 left. Don't have to be taking a timeout in that spot, but here we are. Around one that more twice, yeah. Which is crazy because he's not that good of a coach. Or he's over the 1 seed, yeah. NBA, they do a pretty good job with Coach of the Year. To some extent. There are sometimes they get it wrong, but it's not based on expectations. YouTube Revance, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is, so couldn't tell you. Used to be good, just became bad. Sort of. It's never like high on him. The Riverboat Ron thing was always a joke. People just took it seriously because he was so conservative. Trayvon Diggs going on IR. He's out for the next 4 games minimum. So Cowboys secondary takes a beating. A 40-10, yeah, it's rough. UCLA is getting their butts handed to them. It's 49-6. So it's even worse than 40-10. But see, the game got to run to Sierrans. All good. All good. It's going to be a good one, though, with Oklahoma. It's going to be a good one. But we'll see if they can pull it out. Yeah, what else is new? Yep. Cowboys secondary takes another beating. 20 combined, but they get fatigued, yeah. Well, Embiid was voted fatigue. Embiid over Jokic was voted fatigue to the max. UCLA played a better team? Yes. Yeah, Indiana's just really good. You have my substairs for a nap, you decide to take a nap in the playpen? It's asleep either way. Somebody's gonna sleeping. There you go. You're just doing a good job. Yeah, I mean, considering the expectations, absolutely. Where this program was, yeah. And points are getting more on everything. Exactly. Sports sucks right on this one. Points are not everything. All right. How is Tomlin in that category? I don't know. Tomlin's in that one. 2nd and 6. After the timeout by Ole Miss. Back to his right. Chambliss play action in the flat. Caught by Wright, but this time we'll lose 2. Same play that ran on 4th down. This time Robert Spears Jennings all over it. Brings up 3rd and 8. That's the same franchise. Yep, exactly. Now, people were saying that time with Jokic and Embiid. People were saying that at the time that Jokic was a better player. Only game in the early slate of 7 Northwestern Nebraska. It does seem that way. No, Virginia UNC is tied at 10. It's not like a good game, but it's tied at 10. Chambliss stepping up. He's going to try and run for the first. He will get there. Nice juke move down at the 6. Taken down by Spears Jennings. Last time he got into the red zone, he ran on 3rd down and stumbled before he could get to the line to gain. This time stays upright. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 6. 2 at the top of the screen. In the pistol. Hand off to Lacey. He's got nowhere to go. They've kept him in check as of late this half. He's going to lose 2. Guillory coming in from the box on the stop. Right there, 60 Colts died to some extent, yeah. I just want to play for a while, but also he's making teams that are not that talented, especially at the quarterback position, really, really good. 2nd and goal. He is a Sixers fan. He literally is a Sixers fan. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Play action. Chambliss stepping up, fires a jump pass, caught in the end zone, touchdown. Off balance jump throw, and Trace Bruckler. TB with the TD. His first of the season, just his 3rd grab all year, but it's a big one. If you're going to go for 2 to make it a 7-point game, but Ole Miss answers the Oklahoma touchdown with a touchdown of their own. He had a future Hall of Famer quarterback and he couldn't win 11 games with him. I mean, have you seen Russ? It was like the one time he looked semi-competent this decade. I'll go for 2. Chambliss. We're going to set 5. Actually, it's not Chambliss. It's the lefty. Incomplete to the back of the end zone. It's Austin Simmons. Not Chambliss on that one. That pass off the hands of his wide open incomplete. 5-point game. That's like saying by... It's like saying by that logic that Bill Belichick is a feeble loser because he had Cam Newton at one point and couldn't make the playoffs with him, and he's an MVP. Russ was not good in 23. Ask any Broncos fan. If I had my way, Chris Finch would coach of the year every year for making the Wolves an actual team. Yeah, not terrible to watch. He also wasn't that good that year. He was better than 22, but he was still not that good. Right, UCLA just ran to him about so, yeah. 5-point game here. Oklahoma scored on their last 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Any other injury updates? Nothing that I know of. I haven't got anything with Shifter. June Lockhart? Oh, wow. Oh, the 25 for Oklahoma. And we'll do Minnesota, Iowa once this game is done. Or the stats slide, yes. So it's like the stats have lied with Justin Fields. The stats make Fields look like a pretty solid quarterback. If I told you you have a quarterback that has thrown 4 touchdowns, no picks this season, completing 64% of his passes, you'd be like, that's a pretty good quarterback. But nope. That's Fields. Handoff up the middle. And that'll be a gain of 6. Robinson. They have something going now with Robinson on the ground. You know, I was surprised she was still alive. I didn't realize she was still alive. First and negative 53. That's going to be tough to come back from. Mateer keeps himself. He's going to get 2. Taken down by Jaden Yates. He's up 3rd and 2. Russell Wilson's last good year, I would say 2020. At least the first half of the season. 2020 was like his first really good year. It's that so knowledge. Sacks. Leave it out. Tries for straight. Nice. 3rd down. Oklahoma points on their last 3 drives. They're running it well this half. Ole Miss late sub off. Xavier Harris coming off. 5 on the play clock. 2 at the top. Back to his left is Robinson. They're going to give it to Robinson. He's got another first down. They cannot stop Xavier Robinson. The sophomore back gets 8 and a first. Right, last good year, yes. Last one was that. I mean, doesn't score for Indiana, geez. I kind of like Rodgers last year. Yeah, he was not good in like every game except for like 4. So the time one bomb, like Titan game he was good, Patriot game he was good, Jaguar game he was good. Other than that, he was not good in a lot. Handoff again. This time they get to Robinson. He'll get 1. That's it. Wyatt Williams on the stop. Brings up 2nd and 9. They go quick to the line, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Mateer going to throw. Pressure from the blind side. He's going to escape the sack. Pump fake. And he'll be brought down behind the line for a loss of 1. The D-line for Ole Miss has been very sharp this game, pressuring Mateer. You get him in obvious passing situations. That's the way Ole Miss is going to win this game. Flacco, I think this is it for him. Yes. Rodgers, I think he'll play another year. He won a championship, he's awful. Well, he's won one before. Let's go to Indiana, UCLA. Indiana is putting belt to butt, basically. 3rd and 10. Get him in obvious passing situations. Let the D-line feast. They're going to send 4. Mateer. He'll have time. He'll fire to the sideline. High throw. Incomplete. And no flag for PI. Broken up there by Wyatt Williams, who's still down in some pain. Landed awkwardly. Landed hard. So a stoppage here, but Oklahoma going to have to punt. Yeah, he can do it. He can definitely do it, Jacob. Was looking for Burks. Clean coverage, but Williams landed awkwardly on his back. With the UC and A back in LA, yes. Took the giant L. I can't spell without the L, nope. Right, Williams last year was not good. Right, current Mike Tomlin. Yeah, that's... I'll give you that. He's a bit too conservative nowadays. I think his coaching style is a bit too conservative now. So good news is he's going to walk off the field on his own power, but we will have a commercial break here. 5 of 7 from the 3rd passing touchdowns in a season. You know, he's never been like an elite quarterback. Except for the playoffs. Are you a 60 burger? I think so. Right, net yards per attempt, that's good. That one works. In the NFL, the clock should stop first downs of a 2-minute warning. I don't like that. I'm fine with it in college, but NFL, I'm not crazy about that. Hall very good. Yeah, Flacco's Hall very good, but he's not Hall of Fame. by any means. UNC ball, 56 seconds left. They're right around the 37. Clock shouldn't suddenly go to bounds at all in the NFL. Why? It'd be impossible to run an offense at that point. With under 2 minutes left, it'll be impossible to run an offense. Like, legitimately impossible. What also happens is the end of games get very boring, because the end of games would just be teams playing prevent defense because they know we don't need to protect the sidelines. It'd be really boring. With 45 seconds left in a game, other team has the ball like the 30-yard line, you're just playing prevent now on every play. No one wants to see that. If I could be a coach, that's the point. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's going to work the way you think. Yeah, I just picked off UCLA. Oh, God, it's getting even worse. If you haven't seen today's video, we got a dumb decision on what happened with Bill Belichick in 1992. Yeah, the clock rules in the CFL are insane. Like, you can squeeze like 15 plays in 20 seconds under that. What's up at incompletions? I mean, it should stop at incompletions. I think the idea is that if you throw the ball down the field, the guys will have to come back. I think that's why, because the guys have to come back. So if you throw a pass, it's complete, everyone just keeps going forward, they stay where they are. But you throw an incompletion 50 yards down the field, the guys have come back, so you're wasting 20 seconds just getting the guys back. Well, they didn't win the division for a lot of reasons. They didn't win the division because they just choked. But that's why, Jacob, yeah. Darnold Jones may love... Wow. The punt here, it's not a good one. Take a good bounce at least, but... Be down at the 15-yard line. 44-yard punt. Took a good bounce. A bad catch. Rutgers wins on a last-second field goal. That's usually how Rutgers loses. So... Christian Watson is activated for the Packers. So he might be good to go. Virginia intercepts it. Oh my goodness. You know, the pick happened at the 5-yard line. It's not a big deal. It'll be overtime. That was a Hail Mary. Just try to get a trap down the field. Yeah, that's going to be a nothing burger. We just got OT on that one. First down the 15, Lacey on the give to the side. He will get nothing. So loss of 1, Jackson on the takedown. The greatest game, yep. We just drops his net yards probably higher, yep. If we adjust for the fact that no one can catch a football on that team. I want to go to work today. Sound like Little Brown Bear, I love it. 7 yards short of the receiving of the program record, 707, wow. I'm guessing it was Kenny Britt. So he was a beast at Rutgers. Stay down, Shambliss. Hitch route. Caught the 19. That'll be a gain of 4. Harrison Wallace. Make it 3rd and 6. He requires this many yards to catch this. And he said, no, it's not. The clock runs on change possession. That's insane, yeah. 3rd down. UNC ball, the 27. They're going to win it. Virginia has the ball, and now they're going to overtime. The clock has run out. 3rd and 5. Can Ole Miss avoid going 3 and out and keep this drive alive and keep some more clock moving? One of the top 3 of the bottom. Shambliss. They're going to send 5. Let's get rid of it quickly. Slam pass. Tipped and incomplete. No flag for PI. Tight coverage there to get rid of it quickly, and Ole Miss going to have to punt it back. Is something getting hurt? Yeah. That sucks. It's tight coverage. Looking on the slant there for Harrison Wallace. Iowa, Minnesota over the World Series will cut them short. Depends. Depends how it overlaps. I don't think it's going to, because it would require the game to take 4.5 hours. But we have a bit of a buffer here. The punt angled and fielded at the 30-yard line. Got some space on the sideline to the 40. 45 hurdle. And down to the 49. Ball came out. And Ole Miss has it. Ole Miss has it. All indications of that it's Rebel ball, and it is. Just got to make sure it's a fumble, but it looked like a fumble to me. Ole Miss will retain possession. Quite everything, yep. Yeah, that's a good set, Sports Hook. Here's his third -5. You are way behind on your stream, then. Yeah, that ball's out. That ball is most definitely out. As he was going to the ground, it was punched out for Ole Miss by Trace Bruckler. What a quarter he's having. Caught his first touchdown of the season, then forces the fumble. He's doing it all. They announced it in both languages. That's gonna be tough to do. Like, you gotta like some good language skills as a referee to do that. It's not a review, but that should be a fumble. Looked like a fumble to me. Yeah, but we're not gonna have an overrun with the World Series in the Minnesota-Iowa game. Usually we don't even have an overrun. We've never had overruns for the college football game at 7:30. That usually starts like 7:45. And CBS games usually start earlier. Thoughts on Kiffin addressing Florida with his team? It's a weird look. It's a very weird look. I get what he's trying to do, but it's a weird look talking about a hypothetical job opportunity in the middle of a playoff push. Sarkins from the NFL? Yeah, I saw with the Titans potentially. I don't know. The college NFL pipeline has not been great lately. Wood Johnson is not a good owner in terms of winning. It's like the one thing people care about. I wonder why. Because tackle merchant in Jags history? Paul Posluszny. 45-20 TCU, 1917 West Virginia. Nice. Yeah, in terms of winning with regards to the final score, he is not a good owner. I wonder why. I mean, you call out your own players for no reason. Which helps a ton. Jay, that doesn't make sense. Until 2026? Oh, 67 days. Okay. There you go. Taekwon Underwood. No kidding. No kidding. It was Taekwon. Oh, yeah. 7th round pick with the Jaguars in 09. Yeah, he had stone cold hands with us. Had that one good game against the Colts in 2010, but stone cold hands otherwise. So Simmons said over and over the Finns, it wasn't going to bound before going to bound, but yeah. The weird, what was that kind of win? This West Virginia is good for every season. Yep. Yeah, players have mana ratings. It's crazy. 71 days till the regular season ends. 72 days till Black Monday. They blew the 60 burger. Boo. Fire everyone. Fire everyone. Okay, we're still reviewing this play. This should be a fumble. We're going to be live from Minnesota, Iowa after this one is done. I got the emojis already and lined up to go once that happens. So, probably not going to start that stream on time. And 106 till Super Bowl. Jeez. Which means 103 till the Olympics. Going to Gladstone get fired. Yes. After one season. They could lose every game the rest of the way. They're not getting fired. And we'll be Ole Miss ball, as we figured. Chambliss going deep. Looking for the home run. The first place. Got his man at the 15. Out of bounds to the 10. Once again. It is Winston Watkins. He had 107 yards this entire season entering this game. He's got about 100 this half. The Jets, yes. 101 coverage with Robert Spears Jennings gets past him. Where's Christopher Johnson all this? That's a great question. Keep the Empire far away from football, yeah. Jack's eventually release 8 wins, Cole must be fired. He's not going to be. There is no universe unless he grinds on a player or someone that's not his wife and kicks a player that he's going to get fired. Handoff loses 3. I will bet you. How much money you want to bet come on this one? If the Jaguars, the bet's off if the Jaguars have a winning record. Or if they finish 8-9 or better. If they finish 8-9 or better, the bet's off. But I will bet you however much you want that he's not going to get fired. Barring an off-the-field issue. It's off if there's an off-the-field issue. It's off if they go 8-9 or better. But I'll bet you. With Tune and Patrick in exchange for Josh Johnson, who will win 69 yes. The Bush family buy the Jets in St. Louis. That would never happen. They would never leave New York. Hand off Lacey. He's going to lose 3. $50? All right, we'll do that. We'll do a 50. All right, so let me just do the terms. So he's got a few of these going right now. 50 on Cohen not being fired. That's off if Jags go 8-9 or better, or Cohen does something off the field. Fourth quarter. All right, there we go. 3rd and goal. See how they play this. They're just going to be very conservative. And Lacey's going to lose 4. Keeps the clock moving. This is going to be a long field goal try. We'll keep it at a 1-score game. Yeah, I got the bet tracker. We've got 5 bets right now. I also have a $1 bet with Summer on the Dolphins winning the division. And $1 bet with Keller on the Seahawks winning the division. So that could happen. But Summer, I think, is going to owe me $1. 4th and goal. They'll kick the field goal with 4.5 to go. Keep it at a 1-score game. 37-yard try. Can't do anything in the red zone. But they will get 3. Well, the bets. Okay, so the bets we got. Bets I got with Kamana right now. I've got 5 bets going right now. Right, Seahawks maybe. Yeah, Seahawks could. Yeah, I might be on Keller $1. Summer's gonna owe me $1. Right, Lim comes back and finally he pulls an Urban. Yep, 100%. Right, the bet's off. We said bet's off if he pulls an Urban. Want something else? I could. So the bets we got $300 on Breeze being a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's right, 300 on that. I think he'll make it Tuesday morning if they curb some. I mean, he should have made it last week, but I think he's fired tomorrow. Maybe if you want to raise that, I'll raise it. I'll do anything you want for that one. We got 300 on Giants on the on Breeze being a first ballot Hall of Famer. $45 on Pujols being a first ballot Hall of Famer. $80 on Scuba winning Cy Young versus the field. $50 on the USA World Cup not getting pulled. How was Breeze not first? Yeah, he's going to be first ballot. Time for Miami to move from Mike and Tua? Yes, they need to rebuild. Get rid of Greer, get rid of McDaniel, get rid of Tua. Just start over. All the 25. Right, you can't go to OT against the UNC team. No, you cannot. The UNC team is so bad. Oklahoma 3 timeouts. Down by 8. UCLA scores 50 and ties it. Yep. So we got a bet on Breeze being first ballot, Pools being first ballot, World Cup staying in the USA, Scuba winning Cy Young, and now this. Do you retire FCs for health reasons? I do not. If Scuba wins the yes. $1 me being poster, yes. Yeah, if Scuba wins the Cy Young this year, he owes me. Yeah. Yes. Everyone hate the Panthers CC game retained now. Their 3rd success rate. Yeah, everyone's doing a good job. Hitch route, that's called gain of 9. They can't take the lead on this drive, but they can tie it. And Burks down to the 34. Flowers Browns are going to be the worst team in the conference. I wouldn't bet on that. I'm only betting on stuff that I'm confident on. I know Jack Vikings make the playoffs. Yep. When is that announced? Usually, like mid-November. In the flat on play action, that's caught by the tight end. Caddick makes a man miss to the 45, and he's down at midfield. Jaron Caddick. and bet some polls to be unanimous. I'm not going to do that because voters are dumb. There's only one unanimous guy. Voters are stupid. I'm not going to bet on him being unanimous just because there's going to be one or two people that just vote dumb. So the sideline incomplete. They're going to get a flag. I think it's going to be on holding. I think it's offense holding. I think I saw Kingsley just getting mugged, or Principal getting mugged on that one. Give it to Florida. I think it's going to happen, but I'm not going to bet on it. I would not bet on it. Right, pool should be unanimous, but it's not going to, but yeah, holding on the offense. Yep. Had a feel on that one. And there's offside on the defense, so they're going to offset, redo the down. Right, 12 voters, yeah. He'll get at least 75%. He's going to get 8%. Him or Drinkwitz, that's what I heard. I heard sounds of those two. I definitely want Kiffin more than Drinkwitz, but I'm fine with either. But I'd rather have Kiffin. Right now, Saltzbat's going to do crap, yeah. Yeah, so Scooble, he's the hands-on favorite for Cy Young. He's the hands-down favorite for Cy Young. It's like minus 10,000 odds right now. First down, they redo the down after the offsetting penalties. And Mateer has to escape the sack. He does for the moment, and then will stumble back to the line of scrimmage. Suntrain Perkins. Maybe a loss of 1. We woke up saying the USA pool stope. There's literally no evidence of pool stoping. There is literally no evidence. They've tested him many times. He's never been accused of doping. He's never been listed in any reports. And Lucy McDaniel done? I mean, no, because it's a short week. But it could be done after the Ravens game. They won't fire a coach on a short week. They send for Mateer, going deep, tight coverage, incomplete. It's KG on the coverage, looking for Isaiah Satenga. 3rd and 11. So McDaniel, there's no chance he gets fired after the game on Sunday. Now, Thursday is a different story. If they lose these next two, he could be fired. Right, he's not getting fired before Thursday night game. I've never seen a team fire a coach before Thursday night game. It's just too much. It's too much to handle. Too many moving pieces. But you lose the next two, different story. 3rd and 10. Mateer, they're going to send 4. Looking sideline. Wants a flag, going to get it. Yep, he was mugged all the way. Ricky Fletcher getting called for that one on Giovanni Gibson. First down at the 34-yard line. Both wins against the Jets. Can you imagine? It's like the Niners-Rams. They'll get Fletcher there for PI. Yep, he was tugging the jersey all the way. That's an easy call. It was inside the collar. Winston for FBS? I think UMass could. What other coaches on the hot seat? What other coaches on the hot seat? And even Yosef, we're going to make that a UMass call game. That could be a big game for the American. Oh, man. What coaches on the hot seat? I'm going to say right now in the NFL, Glenn, McDaniel, Ryans could be. He's starting to lose the locker room a little bit. Ryans could be. Taylor maybe. Harbaugh, Stefanski. Don't think Carroll is. QB draw here with Mateer. We brought down for a loss of 2 at the 37-yard line. Perkins on the stop. Dable's on the hot seat. Morris, if they don't make the playoffs, he's on the hot seat. Gaddon's on the hot seat. 2nd and 12, and we'll see if they get a playoff with a 2-minute timeout. Right, they're in the MAC in all sports, yes. And MAC in every sport. Right, the wooden spoon is like the worst record in college football. None get fired tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, no one's getting fired before the game. Do you mean for college? Wait, are you talking college or the NFL? Fickle could be gone tomorrow, potentially. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Again, we will do the Iowa stream once this is done. Ryans, there are some communication issues right now in Houston. If you look at the locker room right now, there are a lot... CBS. There are a lot of communication issues. Basically, there are players saying that the coaching staff is not communicating anything. That Fairbairn thought on the touchback, on the kick in the end zone, that D'Amico said one thing, he interpreted it as another way. there have been a few players that have been like, we don't know what's going on. Thoughts on Jacksonville shopping BTJ? I get it. I completely get it. He's scared. You can't uncoach scared. I don't think this is a slump for BTJ. I think he's just not good anymore. This isn't a slump. He is scared to go over the middle of the field. He is scared to get contact. And obviously, yeah, Jello's going for dose. Obviously, I wouldn't do the trade if I can't get a receiver. You're not making this trade unless you get a receiver in return. The name I've heard float around is Marvin Harrison. Just a straight swap. Two guys that are just not, like they have talent, but they're just not cutting in their spots right now. Lopez fires in the flat. Caught. Ooh. Might be a yard short. I think it's a yard short. I think Virginia wins. Oh, money for NFL. Oh, money for the NFL? I don't think anyone's fired on money in the NFL. No. Throw him under the bus? I'm not throwing him under the bus. If you watch the games, I mean, it's very... Well, I'm not the one saying it. Our insider is saying it. Again, they have all the leverage here. I mean, it's not a rookie contract. So they have all the leverage. Right, it's not... Right, he's not taken seriously. There have been some reports. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Liam loses by 50. He's fired immediately. He's not. He'll be aggressive. Somebody I appreciate. Yeah, wish he did it with Pats the last couple of years. That's just the right call to do it in that spot. I say moves highly unlikely. Right, 8 months ago, yeah, and then he got scared to go over the middle of the field. I mean, to be fair, he was number 3 in receiving yards last year. But then he just started playing scared. This isn't a slump. This is the guy is scared to absorb contact, to go over the middle of the field. And I'm not the one saying Marvin Harrison. You go for 2 in OT? No, that's the right call. Every team should go for 2 in OT if you're down by 1. I don't know what happened. I think he got scared of that hit over the middle of the field against Pittsburgh in the preseason. Trevor's part of the problem. BTJ's not catching anything. It's not a black or white thing. Trevor is part of the problem. No one's denying that. But BTJ's just not catching anything right now. Even when he's throwing perfect passes. Call help, yep. That's what the error. Handoff here. Again, time not an issue for Oklahoma. They have plenty of time to score, but they got to do it on this drive. Keep the pound moving down to the 31. Well, it wasn't a screen. It was play action. And the flat was open. Rona Gadsden or Travis Kelce? Right now, Gadsden. I've seen a CBS insider say it could be potentially for him. But again, I don't know. I'm assuming it's not going to happen. But he's got to learn how to absorb contact. I would shop Trevor. Well, you can't shop Trevor. He's got a no trade clause. He's got 120 million dead cap. He is playing well, making him unplayable. Yep, that's definitely right. And there was a clock issue, so put it back to 112. 152, I should say. Let me make the first cuts. They already did. They already narrowed it down to the top 50, and then the senior committee. Hospital ball? Are you watching the games? What hospital balls? Which one of his drops was a hospital ball over the middle of the field? Yeah, Ravens are going to get a big fine. They're going to get a big fine for misrepresenting the injury status. 3rd and 5. Mateer. Pump fake. Going to the sideline on the corner. Incomplete for the tight end, Carrick. Fourth and 5. Got to go for it here. Breeze in there? Yes, he is in there. Like, what hospital balls? These are like sideline shots. These are plays right in his hands. Fourth and 5. To the top, one bomb back to his right. Mateer takes it. They send 3. Going to the sideline. Incomplete. No flag. Ole Miss ball. Giovanni Gibson, the intended target. And Ole Miss will get it back up by 8. Am I watching strikes? Yeah, exactly. I do. So I can tell you, these are not hospital balls. Yeah, but even, like there's Peyton Manning hospital balls, like with Austin Collie. And these are not hospital balls. These are every receiver. Every quarterback's making these throws. Every receiver is catching these passes. Well, else Kent State? Yep. I'll raise the bet if you want, Kamana. I'll raise it. Briefing for Congress? Good. I need to be just completely skewered. Direct snap to Lacey. Got to stay in bounds here. Bouncing outside. Stay in bounds. He does. Jukes ahead to the 38. Oklahoma burns their first time out. 1 first down ends this thing. And then we'll start the Minnesota-Iowa stream. Sure, I'll get that ready to go. Your money is the only sports economics of the year. Savor it. Probably found out the elite ranks. He's definitely getting up there in age. He's definitely the wear and tear is starting to take on him. There's the Bronx for Ingram in a second. We don't need a tight end. It's one of the 5 positions we don't need on this team. We also literally just had Ingram. How long until he gets arrested? Oh, hopefully soon. I was more stressed than I thought. I have 400 total in bets. I mean, if you're that confident, you could get the if you're that confident in Bruce on being first ballot, you could get it back. The life of a gambler. Oh, he was FSC championship contention? Yes. Service place administrative leave? Fiction. I think it's going to be done. No, I think it's going to be... He's either fired or he's not going to be an administrative leave. Stay down, handoff here, and he'll lose a yard. 3rd and 3. You have Will Disley. Yeah, we've got Brennan Strange, who's really good. Yeah, I think Strange is a top 5 tight end in football. I think the only tight end's better: McBride, Bowers, Warren, Kittle. Other than that, I'm not taking any tight end in football over Strange. Like, with what he does as blocking, what he does as a receiver, I like him a lot. He's only got the trust to catch the ball right now, outside Travis Hunter. Brentfield on the hot seat? I think so. It's warming up. Card count, bet 10K to win blackjack, still responsible. I get that. I can respect it. Just so I throw it out there. Just to get Rob Gronkowski. Yeah, he's in Fox right now. Kent State, yeah, they've been all right this year, you know? They could foolishly let an underserved quarterback in. I mean, Breeze is not that guy. And Ole Miss will take a timeout. You wonder, with how aggressive Kiffin has been, if this is 4-down territory. You just want to end the game. 3 yards on 2 plays. NBA disbanding? I cannot. I can see a competing league, though. I can see potentially a starting back league. Sark to NFL rumors. I don't see it happening. The issue right now is obviously the last few coaches from college and NFL have not worked out. At all. And Sark hasn't been... Like, has Sark developed a quarterback? At all? I feel like his teams are getting by on talent. He's not really a great coach as much as he's a great recruiter. Dome merchant? I don't know if I call him a dome merchant. I mean, he literally set the record for most touchdown passes in a season when he was in Denver. 3rd and 3. And it'll be tackled behind the line that's going to lose a yard. And now you're punting it. Sorry, Goodell? No, I don't agree with that. They'll burn their final timeout. There's like a million players in the Hall of Fame that are not MVPs. Did he develop a quarterback to college to pro? I don't know if you need to develop necessarily, but I think it does help. Especially if it's the Titans' job. Because the thing is that we're talking about the Titans situation. So you want a guy that can develop Cam Ward. You don't need to have like develop a quarterback necessarily in college to get to the pro ranks. But when you're looking at what you need to get as a coach for Cam Ward, you want a guy that's an offensive-minded guru. Arch is not developing. Quinn Ewers got worse. Like, it's a little bit different when you're dealing with the #1 overall pick. Punt, fielded, and fair call at the 16-yard line. And the Iowa game is going to start in 2 minutes. It will get you out to there. Starts with the Cards job next year. That'd be a bit interesting. Someone needs to develop a guy. I think Kyler's the guy, which I don't think he is. Rise up 3. Come back. If this one's somewhere worse than ceiling, oh, easily. So starting at 2 minutes. That game will start in 2 minutes' time. So Oklahoma, they'll have one more chance. 63 seconds, ball at the 17-yard line. Mateer, they're going to send 4. He's got his man, but it's overthrown down the sideline. Had Gibson wide open. We fumble away in the end zone. SMU semi has a playoff shot. Yep. Starting the pros, it'd be interesting. I've never really viewed him as a great coach in terms of game management. I've never viewed him like that. I want to see Napier in the pros. Billy Napier should be in the pros. Have him be the new coach of the Titans. Mateer pressured, flushed out, fires on the run. That's caught by his back to the 30, takes on the sideline, 35 and out of bounds to the 37. That'll stop the clock. Xavier Robinson, monster half for him. Gets 20 and a first. James Franklin NFL, yes. I would love that. Please, Titans, he's all yours. All yours if you want him. He's a great man. First down, to the top, to the bottom. Slam pass, that's caught. Going to keep the clock moving, though. They did not get a first down. That's fine for Ole Miss. Kanak, gain of 8. That clock is going to move. 55 yards away. 2nd and 2, to the top, to the bottom. Mateer, second read, not there. Flushed out, looking to throw on the run. Will fire to the sideline, incomplete. What's the last 3 hours, 40 minutes? A lot of possession changes. Patriots to the Titans, yes. We'll be live for the Minnesota game once this one is donezo. But Iowa will get the ball to start. Iowa in the blacks. Minnesota in the whites. Third and 2, Mateer, pressured, hit as he throws. Is that a pass or a fumble? If it's a fumble, Ole Miss has won the game. For the moment, it's a fumble. For the moment, they're ruling fumble. They're going to review this. Let's see. Perkins, I thought it was tipped. Yeah, that's tipped. That's a tip pass. I don't think that's a fumble. Perkins stuck. You know? This is close. Well, they have to go for it, yeah. Well, the clock would be stopped either way. Obviously, this is for the ball game. See what the rules expert says about this. The Minnesota, Iowa underway. We will get you out there once this stream is done. Iowa's crossed the 50. Let's see. Mateer is going, cocking the arm back. As he's letting go, the ball comes out. I'm not sure there was a forward motion. I think the ball was still being cocked back. And the ruling was fumble. It seems pretty split right now in terms of the call. Stream should start at 3:28, yes. Yeah, I hate not being able to start a game on time. You know me, I hate not being able to do that. But, obviously, might be fumble. Yeah, they called it fumble. I don't think there's enough to overturn this. I don't think the arm was going forward. I think it was still cocked back when the ball came out. A weird-looking play because Perkins never tried to make a play on the ball in terms of the arm, trying to hit the arm. He was trying to make a play to bat the pass down. They're going to overturn the call. 4th and 2. Yeah, that was a weird-looking play, but half of you thought pass, half of you thought fumble. Golf off NHL, yep. Game's not starting on time. 4th and 2. So I'll get another chance. 21 seconds. Where the arm's coming forward, the problem is that the ball came out while it was still cocked back. That was the interesting part. Obviously, the arm's coming forward, but I think it was still in the windup. But either way, first down for Oklahoma. Isaiah to the 45. Clock's going to run. With 12 seconds left. Second down after the spike. Yeah, it was incomplete. They go 3 wide here. Now time called by Ole Miss. They'll have none left. Yeah, Mac is just wild this year. So 2nd and 10. No timeouts left for either side. As Iowa, oh, that close to a touchdown. That close to a touchdown for the Hawkeyes. I'm just going to apply the... you see that you make the call. See what it takes to get in. Just finish the game, yeah. We got no timeouts left, which should be near its conclusion. 34-26 your score. Again, click that link above. Once this game is done, we'll do the Minnesota-Iowa stream. Over on Sunday Football tomorrow, yes. Georgia Tech, I mean, they're absolutely a contender. I mean, they're undefeated. I don't know why they wouldn't be. "12 seconds, 2nd and 10. Mateer, they're going to send 3. Trying to buy time. Flushed out, fires on the run. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. You have time for a pass to the sideline and a Hail Mary. That play took a lot of time to get nothing. Now you've got to go end zone. Save Georgia Tech. I don't know about that, but... It's Iowa to the 10, Iowa to the 5, down to 3. And we'll get that game for you in just a little bit. 3rd and 10, Mateer. They're going to have to go end zone. Hail Mary time. Doesn't even reach. Batted down by Williams. That's your ball game. The Rebels win by 8. The Rebels win by 8. 34-26 your final. Ole Miss bounces back from their loss to Georgia last week. They go on the road. They take down the Sooners. All right. So with that in mind, let me just apply these bonuses really quickly. We'll get you out to the next game. All right. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Touchdown, Iowa. On their opening drive, running in for the touchdown. It's going to be 7-0 Iowa when we get back. But that's your final score. I'll see you guys in about 30 seconds. I'll start the next stream.